Doug Walker. You're watching The Crazy House, Crazy McCormick.
What up, y'all? Welcome to the Crazy House. That's right, that's how it's pronounced. I'm just putting that out there. The Crazy House. It's another word for the insane asylum. You'll understand exactly why I'm saying that opening the show like this. How is everybody? I know I didn't do the show last week, but, well, I'll put it to you this way. Realistically, the show isn't 100% my absolute priority. You know, my absolute priority is fucking whatever I need to do to make money and not have a fucking boss breathing down my neck. Unless the boss is me. That's just how it is. What the fuck? Shut up, computer. What's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was updating something. All right, so I got that taken care of. Whatever. Glad to see people coming in. What up, Karl? I see Bizarre up in this bitch. And yeah, there was a lot that ended up happening last week, and then again, in today's world, it's like, what week doesn't have a whole bunch of fuck shit going on, you know? However, um, there was something that ended up going on, and I was not fully able to prepare for the show last week, so I just said, you know what? Fuck it. Um, I'm not going to be able to prepare. I think I was also incredibly exhausted. It also might not have helped the fact that I think I was pretty sick, but you know, it is what it is. But aside from that, still being able to do the things that I need to do, and I'm able to fucking work again, and I'm back in the straight and narrow, and obviously I'm on the fucking show tonight. So that, I believe, is what is the most important. As a matter of fact, I see Hexxx also has been in the chat. I don't know why, but it said top chat, and it only shows some fucking people, but not everybody. But it, you know, whatever. So one of the things that I have to do is I have to tell a little story here. And oh, where is it? Oh, okay, I know where it is. So, all right, I'm just grabbing some stuff for a little bit of preparation here. First and foremost, this is the story. All right, so you guys know, because I keep fucking talking about it. Every week I have to have some sort of a fucking way of reminding everybody. I work for myself. I do Grubhub for a living, full time. So this is the story. I get a request. I pick up the food. I end up heading to the drop-off location, and the drop-off location just so happens to be sitting right next to one of the video game stores that I normally frequent. And I was like, you know, I haven't been to this store in a while. Let's see if there's anything in there. And of course, you know, I've got to look around. And of course, I have a weakness. When I walk into one of those video game stores, I have to leave with something. And of course, I definitely fucking did. Although the first thing that I ended up doing was I walked into the store, I walked up to the front counter, they said, is there anything that you need? No. I am just looking. When I go into these motherfucking places, I have no idea what I'm looking for. All right. I don't know what I'm trying to look for, but I know I'm going to leave with something. That's just how it is with me. And since I have a lot of fucking liquidity, I'm able to do just that. Now, not too much. And I will say this is why. Every time I go to that store, they actually have a complete in-box copy of Kid Dracula for the Game Boy Advance. This is one of those more rare games, kind of alongside, in the same vein as, say, the Little Samson game that I have. So it's worth about $2,200. And I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And I was just like, I see that you might have gotten rid of the Kid Dracula game. Guy's like, nope, it's still right there. I said, oh. Well, I'll be honest for you. I do actually have the money to buy that game if I wanted, but that money is going towards something else. So I'm not going to do that. Walk around, find a couple of things in the racks, a couple of things in the cases, and this is what I'm going to share. I'm going to share with you guys what I fucking got. I did this on my YouTube, on my Twitch channel. I'm going to do this on here now too. Because, well, fuck it, it's my show. First and foremost, for the Sega Dreamcast, I ended up getting myself a physical copy of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Now, I played this on the Nintendo 64 when this came out, but I do believe that when you compare the two systems, obviously, for one, the Sega Dreamcast is going to have much better quality. And on top of that, I believe that this has actually more tracks than the Nintendo 64 version. So I'm looking forward to playing this. And then the other thing that I got for the Sega Dreamcast, Nightmare Creatures 2. Now, what really stuck out to me is like, okay, I know about the first Nightmare Creatures. I've never played it, but I'll get around to it. Still got to buy myself a physical copy of it first. But eventually I will get around to getting Nightmare Creatures 2. Now, what really fucking sold me on this one, not just the price, but also the fact that the music is done by Rob Zombie. So why wouldn't I fucking do that? It's Rob fucking Zombie. Alright, so that's one thing. Actually, that's two things. The third thing, and I saw this. The funny thing is I saw what was above the title name rather than the title name itself. And this is Space Ace for the Sega CD. You can actually see right up above it, I saw Don Bluth before I saw Space Ace as I was looking through the fucking selection. And the first thing that popped into my head, Don Bluth, okay, American Tail, which is an epic fucking movie. And then on top of that, Don Bluth is also known for doing a very popular animated arcade game in the past. Some of you old heads might know or remember or maybe have fucking night terrors about the video game that was titled Dragon's Lair. If you know about Dragon's Lair, then I'm pretty sure that there is a cold sweat going across your brow. Because you're having fucking bad flashbacks of how many quarters you fucking spent playing that motherfucker. Have I heard Rob Zombie's new album yet? No, I have not. Rob Zombie, honestly, is not on my YouTube music radar, but that doesn't mean I won't check it out. Now, last but not least, here are the last three games that I picked up. In no, I don't know, I guess I'll do it in alphabetical order. For the Sega Saturn, D. Now, I don't remember, but there was somebody that I had that used to watch my TikTok, not my TikTok, what the fuck, my Twitch. There was somebody who used to watch my Twitch that ended up saying, you definitely got to get D for the Sega Saturn or whatever other system you can find it on. If you can, I will be down as fuck to watch you play it. Now, this is one of those horror-themed mystery-type games. So, I've never fucking played this, but I am definitely down for it. The screenshots on the back actually fucking look pretty dope. And it's Sega Saturn, so I have more Sega Saturn games in my collection. The next one, another classic, is Quake for the Sega Saturn. Now, you guys know my love for Doom and Wolfenstein 3D, and this being another game coming out from id. So, fuck yes. And I don't know how hard I fucking pronounced the F and fuck yeah, give me this game when I saw it. I did see Quake 64 at one point, like at a previous like adventure, but I decided against it. I was like, there will be another time where I will end up getting Quake. And like I said before, you know, just like with the Dreamcast, you know, Quake being on the Sega Saturn should be a much better fucking play than Quake 64. You know, graphics and shit. And last but not least, and I was like, shut up and take my money. I don't care how much this cost. I had to get X-Men Children of the Atom. I have memories of playing this when this was in the arcades. Just like around the same time that Die Hard Arcade was available and able and playable and everything. So, fuck yeah, X-Men Children of the Atom. Now, I don't know exactly how like what all characters are in here, but it does say X-Men Unleashed, a 100% conversion of the arcade mega hit. And before I get into playing any of these fucking games, there is one major thing that I'm planning on doing, and that is converting my Sega Saturn so that way I don't have to put the discs in. All I have to do is just have it read a ROM. And that's going to cost me like $75. Chirp. And that was basically, I'd say that was my biggest adventure in the last 2 weeks. Other than that, it's just been busting my ass and making as much money as I can. Now, when it concerns my job and everything, here's another thing. My finances, okay? So, obviously, a lot of the stuff that I do offline, like, depends on, like, what I'm capable of doing online in terms of time. What I mean by this is that when I have a high amount of money that I need to fucking earn, I'm going to use whatever is the best form for me to fucking do that shit. In this case, it's Grubhub. I make $1,200 a week doing stuff on Grubhub, right? In order to fucking decrease the amount of time that I need to do stuff on Grubhub, I need to pay fucking credit cards. And I've got a lot of credit cards. Okay? Now, here's the successful thing. More than half of those credit cards I have not only paid off, but I've also combined bills and attached them to a lot of my credit cards. So now I don't have to pay for bills and credit cards. I have to pay just credit cards. The credit cards now pay the fucking bills, majority of them. And now I have every credit card that I need in order to pay all my bills fully paid off. Which means now that I have 5 or 6 credit cards left to fucking pay off. But because I don't have to pay my bills like I do all my credit cards, or aside to my credit cards, or in addition to, whatever, however the fuck you want to take that and soak it in your head. Now, that means that that's less money that I have to fucking put to the side, right? So if I were to narrow things down, I have a new set amount that I would need in order to fucking pay all my bills, keep money to the side, have money for gas, have money for taxes. And if I don't have to work as much as I had to before, well, then that means that there should be more time available for doing other things like spending time with family, doing stuff on Twitch, or possibly figuring out a way on how to go back to making standalone videos here on YouTube. Wouldn't you guys like to see more videos come out from Kreyz and McCormick? Just like the old days with standalone videos? I'm sure that the impression counts on YouTube would love to see me come back. Be able to have more time to fucking watch shorts, have more time to be able to watch stuff on YouTube, find things that I'm pissed off about, and fucking go on a tirade so that way Swill gets bricked up. I mean, I think that would make sense. I'm doing this for Swill. Hi, Swill. I want meltdowns about shit that don't matter. Dude, let's be realistic here, okay? We are a tiny microspeck of dust in this fucking thing that we call a universe. Embrace nothingness, because nothingness fucking doesn't matter. Or whatever. I mean, dude, I feel like that would actually be able to give me a little bit more time to be able to do some of the other things that I want to do. And on top of that, if you really think about it, the more time that I'm able to spend on YouTube or even Twitch, being able to do other things on those channels, that means more revenue, which means there's a better chance that I could actually do something of this, unlike some other fucking people of a different color. All right, now with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some fucking news. I don't know how good or how bad this is going to be. I'm a little bit rusty, but let's give it a shot. Okay, since I was talking about doing more things and having more time available for social media, let's talk about another fucking YouTube channel, shall we? Not bad. It's actually good. So Darby O'Trill ended up being on an episode of ICP with We. And I thought that was actually fucking cool. I bring this up for another future reference, okay? Same reference as I did, as I'm going to be making for something else in the future. All right, not. Now, I did not watch this, but it's Darby O'Trill, and I'm a fucking sucker for Darby, so I will plug him in any way, shape, or form that I possibly can, because he is the fucking homie, and that's what we do. Just like, just like fucking making dry references to Swill getting bricked up over me yelling about mindless shit. What up, Don? See Don Chaos? Shout out to Don Chaos up in the fucking chat. All right, just waiting for it. Motherfucker! There it is. For those of shout out to Hexxx for that $4.99 super chat. For those of us who remember and miss the old days, thanks for taking the time to still come up on here for the YouTube Juggalo community. Much clown love, bro. Much clown love to you. Everybody like that shit or you're a fucking juff. Because as far as I see it, I agree with Hexxx on that 100%. I've been on this fucking platform for a long ass fucking time, and I've seen a whole lot of shit. I've been through a whole lot of drama, and at the end of the day, I look back on a lot of it, and I find it fucking entertaining. So, basically, you know, maybe I should just bite off of fucking Fago Lovers, because that's where I got this goddamn story. All right, so allow me to do that, because basically what they said is it's like, holy shit, this dude's like a fucking open book, you know? And on top of that, like, because I found out about that, I'm like, okay, let's try to find ICP with we and shoot them motherfuckers a follow, because personally, I feel like this could be another one of those. You know, I want to do for them what I tried to do with Deck One Delt, because when I found out about Deck One Delt, I'm like, how do these motherfuckers not have like the subscribers that they need in order to fucking get their channel monetized? And yes, it took a little bit of time and for them, because like that's all I did was I was just like I said a little blurb about Deck One Delt, got to get to know them a little bit. They're good bros. I'd like to do the same thing with ICP with we. So in this consideration, go on YouTube, open up a new tab, and find these motherfuckers and follow ICP with we. I want to see them get up there. Because I think they only have like 419 subscribers. They need 1,000. And with interviews like with Darby O'Trill, I think that that's something that can rise them up to the medium, where all of us are. Waiting for it. Motherfucker! Swill's Edition with that $2 super chat saying it's cause the content is lacking. Are we talking about ICP with we here? Yeah, staring at the same pic for 2 hours is lame. I mean, like, hey, I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can, you know, and I also try to find videos and stuff like that. It's I don't have the same fucking algorithm on my YouTube channel as Swill does. So I have a hard time finding a lot of stupid fucking shit. Oh, the ICP with me. What is it? Just the fucking logo and that's it? Just a still shot for like an hour? Okay. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's all it's meant to be, is just to be an underground podcast. And think about it like this. I would say think about it like this. You know what? For that, just for that, I look at it this way. A lot of juggalos do get their fucking start, and it's, you know, and it's pretty heavy. But they're treating it like it's an OG podcast. I agree with Don Chaos on that one. You know, not everybody is going to be able to have the capabilities to fucking get a webcam that's, you know, able to shoot in 4K and a fucking hardcore ass computer and all of this other stuff. And maybe sometimes it's just like that. Maybe it's a slow build to, you know, that's the way I would look at it. It's just basically just like the slow build to try to get from one thing to the next, you know. But like, I honestly have to say, I personally believe that even if you have a fucking cam that is absolutely potato, use it. Okay? Take a look at fucking Toxic Plague Entertainment. You know, a few years ago when they fucking came on the scene, They had a shitty camera that could barely fucking process 720p, and they were using that to fucking do StreamYard, and that's how they ran their show. I told them they could do a lot better with the money that they were earning to fucking get a better camera and learn how to use OBS or even Streamlabs. And they were like, I know nothing about the fucking, how to fucking run software. And I said, you know who else used to fucking say that shit to me? And be like, oh, I'm just a throw and go kind of guy? The boy Blue, and you're better than that. So fucking get a goddamn camera. I don't care if it's potato. I have a fucking camera I will give you for free that is probably fucking 480i. You know what I'm saying? Swill's first show was shit. And he's upgraded to fucking AI slop. Yeah, that's another one too. Don Chaos needs fucking subscribers. So give Don Chaos some love. Give Swill some love. Yes, exactly, Shocker. It's always been like that. I am a whore. So make do with what you got. Or, you know what you could do? If you're that worried about the fucking commercials, you could always just be a member for, 99 cents? And then you can still tell me to time you the fuck out? Hey, I make my own rules, you make your own rules. If they don't fucking coincide, well, that's basically because, reasons. Nevertheless, though, let's get back into doing some more stuff. All right. Yeah, you got a Stream Deck, yeah. See, like Swill, I know you don't do the ads. I just do because, fucking whatever. I mean, I could probably shut off the ads and then fucking turn them back on after the shit's rendered and all that other stuff. What up, Silver Stasher? All right, wait for it. Gotta wait for Dr. Shocker.
And by the way, I just want to say, fuck Crazy McCormick. Whack as fuck.
$5 shout out to Dr. Shocker. Time me the fuck out. Your wish is my command, sir. All right. Just so you know, I'm gonna only put you in timeout. Let's see. I'll give you a little bit extra because I did have ads running on your ass. 30 minutes. How's about that? All right. 30 minutes. Dr. Shocker is timed the fuck out. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll just pause the ads. Actually, I'll just turn off the monetization. How about that? There. So now we don't got to worry about monetization. We're a happy panda. All right, so let's get back into talking a little bit about more news. Let me see. Where the fuck am I? All right, here's some more fucking news for your bitch ass. Morton's List is coming out with another fucking book. They are currently running a Kickstarter. And this is what they said. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to move Fago Lovers over and zoom that the fuck up. Morton's List news including life, game, new Kickstarter, lots more. So, on Fago Lovers it reads, we got hit up by our homies at Morton's List about some new happenings in for all you listolos. Why does everything have to be fucking like that? We're juggalos, goddammit. All right, I'll post the details shortly, but they cover the new Kickstarter they launched a few weeks ago. There's also a version of Morton's List called Morton's List Life that offers 80 hours of non-repeating gameplay for a tiny $13 donation. That's pretty fresh. We are McCormick-a-Lows right now. From Morton's List. Okay, so this is the email that they got. The Boulder of Dreams is our most auspicious summoning yet and continues to gain power by the day. On Friday, February 13th, we launched the first Kickstarter of 2026 with a new powerful video. It is packed with over 1 hour, 40 minutes worth of esoteric symbology, energized glyphs, and mystical chaos, all crafted by human hands. It's no coincidence that you are now reading this email and the smallest peak of karma, spark of karma, can help roll something magnificent. Now, I don't know if you guys are fans of fucking Morton's List or have never fucking played it or anything like that. I've literally only played it once, and it's literally a roll of the dice as to whether or not it's going to be a fresh adventure or it's going to be something that's going to give you the bone. In my case, we beat the shit out of each other with sticks at a fucking rest area. Like, we were on our way home from the gathering of the Juggalos, and we all ended up finding sticks and beating each other with them. And then we started breaking the sticks, and we were just throwing the nubs at each other. Sometimes that shit hurts. Roll a boulder about it. I mean, I would, but, like, I got a metal table. No, I got a wood table and a metal boulder. And I don't want to take it out of its case, wherever the fuck it may be. We continue to welcome new players to Morton's List Life while deepening the experience of legacy players. New quests blend the familiar even more unexpected outcomes. To these ends, there will be 3 new standalone tables reflecting 3 situations, not expressly covered by the existing rules, giving players more occasions for unpredictable real-life play. There is a table of family-friendly quests, a table for a pair of players, and the most chaotic table yet released, creating a powerful trio of hybrid and expanded descriptions for as-yet unrolled experiences. For $13, the full set of new PDFs delivers over 80 hours of non-repeating gameplay. It landed on Pawn My Mother's Silverware. Hey, do you remember that time when fucking, I think, wasn't it Tall, I don't know, maybe it was Tall Jess, but he ended up fucking rolling Find Danny Kaye. And they fucking found out that he was living in fucking Alaska. So they went over to Alaska, found Danny Kaye, and interviewed him to talk about his fucking history of hip-hop. And recorded the whole fucking session. I mean, that's a hell of an adventure. Dice of such sparkle and extravagance may seem like a luxury, but when compared to what some other games are charging, it is an incredible deal. A typical AAA Steam game, for example, costs more, while offering way less physical activity and almost no socializing. A deluxe board game about the birds of Mars might cost as much as the dice tier, without bringing 1/100th of the beauty and mystique to your gaming shelf as this Morton Boulder. I mean, I like my Morton Boulder. Morton's List reflects the timeless change that is a part of any era, and especially that of today. We are presently 13 years into the 13th Baktun, walking on the razor's edge between all and nothing. Every quest presents the inner circle with a challenge, asking players to look around, think about it, discuss it, and then do it. If you like to shape reality through direct collaborative action and experience the power of karma, we ask that you help this launch soar at whatever tier you can. The 2023 rebirth of Morton's List was made possible entirely by player support, and the Inner Circle can now roll quests from gleaming new books, fully dripped in crispy merch. We are entering the 3rd crucial year in this mysterious chapter, and by Friday, March 13th, the die will be cast. Your karma makes this possible. Karma always, Morton's List. So, if you have interest in that, you have 5 days to come up with $13. Go to the Morton's List website, mortonslist.com. They do have, I'll show it here, at the bottom, they have the second Kickstarter, and you can end up going in here and their shit should be available. And here you have your Life 360. 60% of it has been funded. And so, yep. There you go. Oh, damn, dude. Look at that fucking jersey. That jersey looks fucking tight. Here's the video.
This is a game of rolling the dice to see what happens, with 1-hour experiences that are unusual, profound, and fun. If you don't know, Morton's List is a field-tested system of dice, tables, and quests shown to generate
I can't fucking see shit out of that thing.
At any location, spontaneously, with no setup. I'm Tall Jess, co-author of this uncategorizable game, and I'm euphoric to announce Light 360, a new dimension of play for Morton's List. This is the updated and expanded 360 degrees of the Inner Circle. Beyond the rules expansion, this travel-ready book includes over 180 blank quest entries, updating the first edition quest book. It is compact and ready to go, with rounded corners for ease of handling. The matching Morton's List Travel Edition contains the full second edition text with monochrome interior art.
I like how soft his voice is as he's explaining all of this. Hold on a second. Let's see what we got here. Animal companions. Enjoy domestic or captive animals, nearby pets. Play with cats, dogs, hedgehogs, budgies, rabbits, etc. Find a new pet toy or accessory, laser pointer, chew toy, automatic litter box, pet water fountain, etc. Calm an anxious animal with a thunder vest, massage, soothing music, etc. Bathe and groom a dirty dog after a walk in the park. Dress a pet in a cute outfit. Okay. Now, here, like, this is the one piece of lore that I've always loved about Morton's List. They used to sell this in fucking stores until they found out that some of the fucking adventures and quests that they had in this bitch had things taken out from the anarchist cookbook. Allegedly. And that's what actually caused it, so it's like, yeah, we can't fucking sell this because you're showing people how to make fucking pipe bombs and shit. No, it's just alleged. It's like, well, there's no fucking higher fucking quality adventure like figuring out how to fucking make a pipe bomb. I guess. And anyways, yeah.
There's also a rolling tray and custom.
Oh, that's pretty fresh.
And a bunch of great
Yo.
including one.
Dude, that fucking hockey jersey, though.
Whatever tier, you can add dice, trays, event tickets, soft or hardcover books, deluxe hockey jerseys, or even a wholesaler package. Beyond funding these amazing awards, a very successful campaign will allow us to host and roll bigger quests in more eclectic locations, and to further materialize the long-discussed...
Yeah, because if there's any place that I want to fucking play Morton's List on, it's in a fucking volcano. Sacrifice a virgin. There's your fucking quest. Go to fucking Hawaii and sacrifice a virgin in a volcano. But first, what you got to do is you got to figure out how to fucking make the volcano pissed off so it can erupt.
There are still so many people out there who have yet to roll a quest, and we can find them, and we can roll quests together, and it'll be so great.
I mean, I've already seen quite a few people that have been rolling their own quests and have not played this fucking game. Like some very hardcore quests. But as of right now, so this one, it says pledged 30,000 fucking dollars. Funding canceled. Funding for this project was canceled by the project creator April 13th, 2025. Motherfucker, what? Like, why? So what? Can you just get the fucking PDF alone? Or like, what the fuck? Are we able to get back into this bitch? They got 13 backers for the custom jersey. The Detroit Ninja Locations Quest and Tour. Okay, so only 13 are available. 3 backers for this motherfucker. The Detroit Ninja Quest Duo for $1,300. 2 complete sets of Tier 5. Bro. So it said here that the funding period is March 18th, 2025 to April 13th, 2025. So apparently this fucking failed and it just... What? Okay, so you have your specific jersey style that you can get. I do like quite a few of these, but I would definitely just stick to the OG Morton's List. So let's take a look at updates. The project was canceled. So, okay, now what? 13 backed projects. Okay, so this one has 4 days left. And this, okay, here's the new one.
Morton's List invites you to help summon a powerful artifact.
Okay, so I guess this is probably the new boy. What the fuck? My camera froze.
The Boulder of Dreams will be crafted from blue goldstone, a synthetic crystal that evokes the infinite cosmos
That's
of
dope.
possibility. This attribute is called Adventurescence, not unlike the essence of adventure. The die will be energized and elevated in a live full moon ritual.
Which one? Like, I mean, we've had like 57 fucking red moons in the last 2 years.
Streamed via Twitch. Joining these new dice are Arc 3, a trio of new tables, each with 30 real-life ready-to-roll quests, available as a PDF or paperback. Family is the first all-ages table, PG-rated, and a perfect introduction to random quests.
Yeah. Morton's List, a game that we as juggalos have been playing our entire adult lives, now a fucking children's game.
Duo are quests.
Like, think of the most fucked up, like, quest that you've had to deal with playing Morton's List, and try to figure out a way on how to PG-ify it so that way it's carefully considerated for children.
For any two players, be they friends, lovers, or strangers. Edge of Chaos is for those who are truly reckless,
Done?
bordering on disrespectful. To enhance your quests, there will be custom BMX jerseys, name on back, symbols on arm, in 3 different colorways.
Dude, fucking Don Chaos. You gotta get this motherfucker and then just put the Don on the back of it. So that way it says the Don, and then underneath the fucking logo it says Chaos. The Don Chaos. Boom.
There is a
You see what I'm saying? Morton's Dish.
limited hardcover End to Hunger cookbook. Tier 1 has all Arc 3 PDFs delivered right to your inbox. Tier 2 adds deluxe die-cut stickers and unlocks the add-ons.
I want a book.
Tier 3 elevates your rolling experience with karmically energized dice.
No, I don't like PDF files, to be totally honest. I prefer to have a book. Like, give me a book-type book with pages and shit.
Tier 4 adds signed physical books as well as a personal photo, quote, or drawing. Tier 5 tops it off with a custom BMX jersey. Our karmic mission is to bring you the most
Get that top
chakra-enhancing dice in the world, as well as high-quality quests for every situation.
Yeah. Now, fuckery aside, in all seriousness, like, if that's something that you're in for, fucking do it to it, Lars. It is currently fully backed right now. The goal has been completed, but you can still back this project. And it has 4 days left, according to what this is saying. So you have until the 12th to knock this motherfucker out the park. So this is the one that they were talking about, but it's like, okay. Okay, yeah. So let's go back to the Boulder of Dreams here. Just the information. So yeah, dude, it looks like they legit just kind of fucked up on what this was. Unfortunately. Okay, so 100%. Wow, dude, the funding got hit with 100% with a couple of weeks to go. Like, February 13th was when the project launched. February 26th was when the project was fully funded. So that makes me wonder, like, why don't, like, let's see. Let's find other campaigns. See, like this is upsetting, and then you've got the Morton's List and Life 360 Phase 2. Did it get funded? Okay, so this one. Last updated December 18th, 2025. Okay, so this one got hella fucking yeah. So there's Life 360. Now we can go on Morton's List. Go back on the website. Let's take a look at the games and see what they got. So you are not able to get the you're not going to be able to get the original booklet. You can actually get a boulder on Android or Apple. Morton's List 13% PDF, Crovid 13 PDF, the End to Hunger PDF, 360 Degrees in the Inner Circle. There's only, like, I'd say that there's only a matter of time where eventually we're going to be able to get some of those other things available on PDF. But yeah, that's basically what I'm seeing here. That, like, it looks like that they fucked it up with what they were trying to put on Morton's List. The email was incorrect. So yeah. The whole, like, this whole fucking thing, February 27th of February 2026. Dude, Scotty, did you, like, and this was written by Scotty D. Did Scotty, like, check his email and was just like, oh, like, I hadn't checked my email in a while. Let me see what this is. And it's like, oh, it's a year old. I'll fucking post it anyways. Nevertheless, though, I honestly think that fucking, yeah, that thing would have been cool as fuck. Oh, well. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some more things that I ripped off of fucking Fago lovers. Alright, so Ouija's coming out with another fucking album, and it's probably going to be the same thing as it's always been, where it just feels like one drawn-out, long-ass fucking song. Because he comes out with a new album like every 3 or 4 months. I don't know about you, but, like, I appreciate the grind, but I'm just kind of fucking... I get kind of fucking exhausted when I see Ouija Mac come out with a new album. I'm just kind of just, settle down. I know you got a fucking kid on the way, but settle the fuck down. And which, by the way, like, Ouija Mac has been posting a lot of funny shit on Facebook. Like, he's been finding car accident videos, and then it'll cut to him in his fucking car, and he's, like, freaking the fuck out, and then it'll cut over to whatever the fuck, excerpt that he was doing. Like, eventually he's gonna get that fucking scene from what is that movie? Final Destination 2. Like, he's gonna end up getting the fucking opening log scene, and he's gonna throw that on there. But apparently, I guess that Pyramid of Skulls is in pre-order. There's 2 songs that have already come out for it so far, and it's going to be coming soon. I don't have the full details, so you can check it out for yourself. If and in fact you are a fan of Ouija Mac. Now, aside from Ouija Mac, Hexxx has also got another album coming out called Endless Night. And I believe that this is also for pre-order. You can also take a look. The back here is the track listing. So he's got Rock Paper Cemetery, Crash Out. I think that might possibly be my fucking wrestling entrance theme. Who knows? Interlude featuring Zackass and Pablo 2 Slick. The Real, Freight Train, Ghost Dog, another interlude. West Side Samurai, Loco, Entrance Theme. G. Chrome Clouds and Friday, West Coast Wicked Shit Remix. Now, here's the thing about this too. You can pre-order it on Hexxx.com, and you'll end up having a couple of bundles that you can hook it up with. You can get a signed album This one's probably the biggest bundle that they have for this one. Ouija for his Pyramid of Skulls album has a plethora of different bundles that you can come up with, and a lot of them are pretty fucking in depth. That's why I didn't post any of them, because there's way too many to fucking post. But this is bundle 2, and this is the biggest bundle that he's got. You get an autographed physical copy of Endless Night. You get this foam hand, and you also get an Endless Night t-shirt. And I believe that this is a combination of 50 Dara. Other than that, I think it's the physical copy signed and one of these two things, and it's like $30. I think it's probably the foam hand and the fucking album for $30, and then, you know, $50 for the, you know, for adding the t-shirt. And on top of that, with other news coming in for Hexxx is on tour with Mercules. Now, it's already fucking going down as of right now, with it being the 8th. So if you didn't know about the Seattle, Washington show or tonight's show in Reno, Nevada, you're fucked. Other than that, here are some of the other show dates that they're showing on here that you can't see for shit. So let me switch over here. You still can barely see this for shit, but I'm gonna tell you what it is anyways. On March 10th, you have Salt Lake City, Utah at the Complex. March 11th in Fort Collins, Colorado at the Aggie. March 13th in Omaha, Nebraska for the Waiting Room. March 14th in Des Moines, Iowa at Woolies. Let's see. March 15th at Kentucky, Wisconsin at X-Ray Arcade. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Don't know if that's an X or a K. I'm assuming it's an X. I'm assuming it's a K. March 17th, Indianapolis, Indiana at the Black Circle. March 19th, Chicago, Illinois at the Cobra Lounge. March 20th at the Cadillac, Michigan at the Venue Event Center. March 21st in Akron, Ohio at... You know what? Fuck it, it's at Cyrax's house. They should just say, we're not going to do it at the Vortex. We're just going to perform in front of Cyrax's house with the fucking speakers aiming towards the house so that way it upsets his grandma. No, in reality, in Akron, Ohio, it's going to be at the Vortex. Let's see, March 24th in Hervin, Maine, I think. Is M-E Maine? I think it's Maine. Morgan Hill Event Center. Let's see, March 25th in Worcester, Massachusetts at Off the Rails. March 27th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the Craft House. March 28th in Covington, Kentucky at Madison Live. March 29th in Fort Wayne, Indiana at Pierre's Entertainment Center. March 31st, St. Louis, Missouri at Fubar. April 1st in Wichita, Kansas at The Wave. April 3rd in Casper, Wyoming at the Gaslight Social, and ending the tour on April 5th in Spokane, Washington, the Chameleon. This is the Controlled Chaos Tour with Hexxx and Merc. And hey, it's also being sponsored by Monster. I think Monster's making a comeback and sponsoring everything. Good. Thank God for that. All right, so we got that. Now we've got some other fucking tour shit that we got to speak on. And in this case, Tech, Nizzle, and E40 are going to be doing the Strange With It Tour 2026. This is awesome, and it gets even more awesome because of the fact that, well, it does end up hitting where I live. So here's the tour dates for Tech and E40. And I believe that there's also going to be some other... Yep, King ISO is a special guest. I know, E40 is awesome. The only motherfucker I've ever heard to successfully rap in cursive. Motherfucker! Let's see, Hexxx with that $1.99 super chat, saying shout out to a couple of losers for the Akron chapter. I'm not saying that shit. Fuck you. I don't care if you paid me. Fuck you. I'm not gonna fucking say that. I ain't shouting them out for shit. Let's see. So here are the fucking tour dates for the Strange Widget tour. First and foremost, okay, we've got a month ahead of us, so start saving up money now. All right, first and foremost, the 22nd of February. My bad, April. April 22nd, La Vista, Nevada? No, that's not Nevada. That's Nebraska. I sometimes miss that. Let's see, April 23rd in Des Moines, Iowa. You're going to probably have to go to Strange Music Inc. and see what venues that they're going to be at. Because obviously they're only showing the locations. All right, so we've got Des Moines, Iowa on the 23rd. On the 24th of April. Why do I keep trying to say February? Fuck that. It's April 24th. Maplewood, Minnesota. On the 25th, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. April 26th, I said it right this time, Fargo, North Dakota. This one's actually interesting. The 28th, Missoula, Montana. See, April 29th and the 30th in Spokane, Washington. May 1st, Tacoma, Washington. May 2nd, Garden City, Idaho. May 3rd, Salt Lake City, Utah. May 5th, Reno, Nevada. May 6th, Medford, Oregon. And then on the 8th, Anaheim, California. The 9th in Tempe, Arizona. The 10th in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The 12th in Denver, Colorado. There you go, Don. You get to see some E40. All right, let's see. On the 14th, Dallas, Texas. May 15th, Wichita, Kansas. May 16th, Tulsa, Oklahoma. May 17th, Little Rock, Arkansas. May 18th, Birmingham, Alabama. May 19th, Nashville, Tennessee. May 21st, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yes, baby. I might have to go see some Tech Nizzle. Depends on whether or not they actually book fucking DCG Con around that same time or not. May 22nd, Green Bay, Wisconsin. 23rd, St. Louis, Missouri. And ending it in KCMO on the 24th. And King ISO is a special guest. So check out strangemusicinc.com, strangemusicinc.net. I'm sure that you'll be able to see where to go in order to fucking get tickets and where the fuck they're going to fucking be. Let's see. I saw E40 back in 05. My first show by myself was a hip-hop show. It was Chameleon Air, Paul Wall, Twista, E40, and Snoop Dogg. A hell of a lineup. I've never seen E40, so I might be interested in that. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of ICP news. It only took an hour to get here, but we're here. So ICP is going to be at the fucking Aftershock in October. From the 1st to the 4th is when this is going down in Discovery Park in Sacramento, California. I decided to download the picture of it. But these are the motherfuckers that are going to be at the fucking event. E40. All right, so we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I saw this list and I was like, damn, this has got a lot of fucking bands that I like. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top each fucking day. And I'm assuming that all of these separations are like different tiered fucking stages. You know, so like, you know how you go to the gathering, you got the main, you got main stage, second stage, scrub stage, and then you've got like, yeah, I know there's like so many fucking names on here and so many of them that I really enjoy. Okay, so we're going to go from bottom to the top. For Thursday, we have Windwalkers, The Word Alive, Caskets, Holding Absence, And then the main names on here are From Ashes to New and Starset. Oh yeah, there's a lot of popular and big names from all different, and then a lot of those names that I just mentioned are fucking, kind of maybe up and comers. All right, so I'm just gonna go stage 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is stage 4. Ladrones, Brujeria, which yes, the fucking like, dude, Brujeria is awesome. It's black metal, but it's in Spanish, and it's a Mexican fucking band, the Mextremists. And even though you guys know that my politics and stuff, when Trump was president during his first term, the first thing Brujeria did was they released a song called Viva Presidente Trump. But when you translate it to English, they're talking so much fucking shit. I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's awesome. They fucking made another band made another song about Donald Trump. I don't care if it's bad or not. It's fucking awesome. Let's see. Un Loco, Il Nino. This is a lot of Spanish-speaking motherfuckers. Okay. And then you got the Union Underground, Coal Chamber, Seven Dust, and headlining this fucking area right here for Thursday is Killswitch Engage. All right, third stage, you got the Violent Hour, Red, Finger 11, Apocalyptica, Theory of a Dead Man, Nothing More, and headlining is the Pretty Reckless. And other than the first two that I mentioned in this little section right here, I know about the rest of them. Okay, next ones. They have Leap in second stage. Leap, LS Dunes, Hawthorne Heights, The Starting Line, Newfound Glory, and I don't even know what the fuck that is. Oh, The Used. That's The Used. And then headlining second stage is The Offspring. Now, Thursday, main stage, Free Throw, Lit, We the Kings. I've heard that. Lit, We the Kings, Mayday Parade, Hot Mulligan. Why does that sound fucking garage as fuck? Sublime, not the same Sublime. And then headlining main stage on Thursday is My Chemical Romance. Now we go down to Friday, and I feel like that this is the more important one for a lot of you juggalos out there, which, if that's the case, then it really says that you don't know much about fucking music. All right, fifth stage. Rivers of Nile, Peeling Flesh, Body Snatcher, Spite, The Black Dahlia Murder, and headlining fifth stage is Paleface. Waiting for it. I'll wait for it. Motherfucker! All right. Hexxx with that $1.99 super chat saying, I have a Brujeria CD, 10 out of 10 band, legit, so good. And I agree, 100%. Yeah, definitely, I'll give that a heart and a like. Because you said something I agree with. All right, fourth stage, which I don't really fucking know why some of these bands are on fourth stage. Okay, Villanova, which I don't know who that is. Psycho Stick. Necrogoblicon, Alyssa White Glues, or however the fuck you pronounce that. All right, let's see. Cradle of Filth. I love Cradle of Filth. And I don't know what this fucking says, but it says The Voice of Mudvayne and Hell Yeah, whatever that other fucking band is. And headlining, Death Clock. Fucking Death Clock. Oh, I would love to fucking see Death Clock. All right, third stage, we've got I Set to Kill, Alisana, Finch, Atreyu, Census Fail, Alexis on Fire, Under Oath, and Coheed and Cambria. Coheed and Cambria headlining that motherfucker. All right, second stage for Friday, Silly Goose, Harper. I feel like that some of these people don't even fucking deserve to be on second stage. Silly Goose, Harper, Haywire, Drain. I think that says Kubla Khan, 3-6 Mafia, Slaughter to Prevail, which I love those guys. Fucking Slaughter to Prevail. You know what? Slaughter to Prevail should be one of those bands that needs to play at the fucking Super Bowl. If we're not going to be singing in English anymore, it might as well just be angry Russian people singing death metal. Fuck it. Why not? And then headlining second stage is Suicide Boys. Now we've got the main stage, and I feel like that this is definitely fucking set to, all of these, most of these, if not all of these, are set to belong on here. Drowning Pool, POD, Insane Clown Posse, Cypress Hill, Public Enemy, Wu-Tang Clan, and headlining is Limp Bizkit. How is it? Fuck. Okay, I'll shut up because I was going to say, how the fuck is ICP so far below Limp Bizkit? How the fuck is Limp Bizkit headlining instead of Cypress Hill, Public Enemy, or Wu-Tang? Alright, I guess, Limp Bizkit's making a fucking comeback, so I guess it is what it is. Alright, so we got 2 more days of this, and if any of you ninjas go and you leave after Friday, you have no sense of fucking music, you uncultured swine. Gideon, 5th stage. Alright, we're doing 5th stage here. Gideon, Stick to Your Guns, The Acacia Strain, After the Burial, Counterparts, and The Ghost Inside. Out of all of these bands, I think I've only heard of The Acacia Strain and possibly After the Burial. But that's just 5th stage. 4th stage, on the other hand, you have The Fall of Troy, Emery, Horse the Band. Okay, that name alone is just funny enough to fucking want to see it. Armor for Sleep, Seosin, Thursday, LA Dispute, and Circus Survive reunion show. Alright, well, I don't think I've ever heard of them, but if it's a reunion show, then they've been around for a while, I guess. Alright, 3rd stage for Saturday. Doobie, Pentagram, Melvins, Kylisa. Alright, Corrosion of Conformity. I've heard that fucking name, but I don't think I've ever listened to them. Down, and then headlining 3rd stage is Black Label Society. 2nd stage. I think I'm starting to know more of these bands. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Austin Carlisle, the original voice of Mice and Men. Escape the Fate, heard them. The Devil Wears Prada, heard of them. The Wonder Years. Wage War, heard of them. The Story So Far, I might have heard of them. And A Day to Remember, I definitely have heard of them. Let's see, here we go. Main stage. IVRI, Ivory, Bless the Fall, Set It Off. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it looks kind of like a fucking cock and balls mixed with a chainsaw. Sleeping with Sirens, I have heard of them. Baby Metal, I fucking love Baby Metal. And headlining main stage on Saturday is Pierce the Veil. And now we have Sunday. There's definitely some names on here that I'm definitely fucking down with. All right. Mystery guest. So that mystery guest, don't know who that's going to be. But then we also have The Pretty Wild, Holy Water, Utes, President, and headlining 5th stage is Sleep Theory. All right, 4th stage. I Set My Friends on Fire. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm down to see that. Just fuck it. Emarosa, Drop Dead Gorgeous, I See Stars, Hail the Sun, From First to Last, The Home Team, Dance Gavin Dance, and it says underneath it says exclusive Bay Area show. That's fourth stage. Third stage, Co-Defendant, the Cro-Mags, which I've heard of that band, Municipal Waste, Soulfly. Seen them perform at the Gathering in 2012. They are fucking awesome. Cavalera, and they'll be performing their album Roots in full. Suicidal Tendencies. If you stay to watch Suicidal Tendencies, make sure to bring Mike a fucking Pepsi and just one Pepsi. And then headlining third stage is Ice-T's metal band Body Count. Which is interesting because didn't Suicidal Tendencies fucking do Institutionalized? And then Body Count has their own version of Institutionalized. Okay, second stage. And this is actually pretty fucking cool. Toadies, to start off. Oleander. Filter, another band I've heard of. Wolf Mother, which ought to completely fucking piss off Mike Patton because he hates Wolf Mother. He thinks Wolf Mother fucking sucks. Highly Suspect, Stone Temple Pilots, and then headlining second stage is Queens of the Stone Age. And now you have main stage. This one is actually a more worthy fucking group, lineup. CKY, Helmet, Buckethead, Zach Sabbath, AFI, Danny Elfman, and I've seen some fucking footage of Danny Elfman live. I've even shown Danny Elfman live here on this show. So if you don't know who that is, it's basically if you've ever watched any fucking movie that's done by Tim Burton, he's the guy who did the fucking music. He's also the lead singer of Oingo Boingo. Danny Elfman is a creepy fucking ginger from the fucking 80s, but his music's fucking awesome. It's chaos incarnate, and that is why I feel like Danny Elfman would be a perfect fit for the Gathering of the Juggalos. Because, for one, his music is fucking chaotic, and that's what makes it beautiful. And throw a fucking rock, you'll hit a juggalette in the head that likes fucking The Nightmare Before Christmas. Or a juggalo who likes the first fucking Batman movie with Michael Keaton in it. And then headlining the fucking thing, the whole shebang, is fucking Tool. Which, hey, Maynard, Grand Rapids, Michigan, ha, yeah. We claim Maynard. And that's the Aftershock Festival. So, yeah, you can probably go on the website, aftershockfestival.com, check out the ticket prices and all that other shit. But, of course, you know, you'd have to be lucky to be able to go to the Gathering and be able to go to this, and possibly even be able to go to Rock La Fucking Homa, another 3-day show. 20th anniversary of Rocklahoma in Pryor, Oklahoma. This is going to be September 4th, 5th, and 6th. And this is another fucking thing that, oh my god, oh my fucking god, I just realized who's headlining. But we're going to go up the list from bottom to the top, and this is what Rocklahoma is providing. Alright, so Thursday night they have the fucking pre-party with Plush, Ozolution, She Hates Me Not, and Jump. Hosted by SiriusXM's Eddie Trunk. That's awesome. So now we have Friday, and this looks like another set of a lot of dope-ass bands. Okay, so first off and foremost, Lilac, never heard of them. Normandies, never heard of them. High June, never heard of them. Tim Montana, never heard of her. Blackstone Cherry, okay, now we're getting to names that I know. Dexter and the Moonrocks, Slaughter, okay, Buck Cherry, Crossfade, which literally there's only one song that I love from Crossfade. Looking back at me, I see that I never really got it right. I never stopped to think of you. I can't hit that high note. Jet, Yellow Wolf, Hollywood Undead, Stone Temple Pilots, And headlining Friday is Godsmack. Saturday looks like it's a lot more fucking dealt up. Why does that thing keep on popping up like that? All right, so we've got here on Saturday, we've got School of Rock, Fire Tiger, never heard of them. Waves in April, never heard of them. Eternal Frequency, never heard of them. Cowboy Angels, never heard of them. Autumn Kings, never heard of them. Teen Mortgage, Military Gun, never heard of them. Molly Hatchet, now we're fucking getting somewhere. Well, I'm traveling down the road and I'm flirting with disaster. Living Color. Look in my eyes, what do you see? The Cult of Personality. Wolf Mother. Are you hearing this shit? Wolf Mother, you suck. Black Veil Brides. I don't remember songs from them. Pennywise. Not a huge fan, but, you know, it works. Dropkick Murphys. Must it take a lie for hateful lies to glisten once again? 'Cause we find it all in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. Cypress Hill. Of course, most of us know of Rock Superstar and some other stuff, hits from the bong, etc., etc. All right. Papa Roach is headlining Saturday. No, Crossfade did that song. You're not thinking... Cold is a different fucking band. All right, so now we have Sunday with 7 Foot Monkey. I don't think I've ever heard of them. High Water Gamble, same. Violent Hour, same. Big Ass Truck. What the garage band is that fucking band? Psycho Myco. Nope. Il Nino. Okay, that one I can deal with. Il Nino, yes, I've heard of that one. Barbarians of California. Okay, back to never heard of them. All right, Ugly Kid Joe. And I get sick when I'm around. I can't think to be around. I hate everything about you. Yes. Fuck you, I like singing. President. Suicidal Tendencies. Once again, bring a fucking Pepsi. Just one Pepsi. Welcome back, Anon. Then we've got the Insane Clown Posse, the Pretty Reckless, Black Label Society, and this I didn't even realize, but Slayer. Fucking Slayer. Right as I was getting to the opening. And then, so basically, you get slaughtered, you get slathered with fucking Faygo 2 liters, you get bricked up from watching The Pretty Reckless, you get bricked up again watching Black Label Society, and then you get trampled to death in the fucking mosh pit thanks to Slayer. Now, Hexxus with that $1.99 super chat saying, Crazy, you have a really nice singing voice. Wow. Yeah, unfortunately, like, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. I used to sing a lot, had a very fucking raspy voice. I was able to do the fucking death metal growl and all that shit. And it's been a very long time since I've been able to fucking get up on stage and do some karaoke and shit. I should have last year, but I wasn't confident in my voice. But doing that Ugly Kid Joe song, Everything About You, yeah. I can at least hit those high notes. And I don't give a shit about the weather or whatever he said. Yeah, I just need to retune what it is. But there it is, another fucking show for you. This is going to be September 4th, 5th, and 6th. So now that's what, 4 or 5 fucking festivals that ICP is going to be playing at this year that we know of. And speaking of ICP, I just saw that this popped up. So apparently there are pre-orders available so that way you can, I'm moving it back over here. There are pre-orders available so that way you can get authentic Insane Clown Posse wrestling action figures. Go to figurecollections.com and get your pre-orders. I don't know how much they are, and I don't know how long you have until you get them. So check it out now. Go to figurecollections.com. That's what they fucking look like. These are obviously Jekyll Brothers era ICP when they were in WCW with the fucking Deadpool. And I think that's actually cool that they did this fucking hookup. And it's an official FC Toy licensed product. So they have 2 liters of Faygo and microphones. So they're like action figures that look like the rappers, but they're wrestling rappers or whatever the fuck. Like that's what did they think that's what their gimmick was? I don't know. But I do think it's cool. Once again, ICP with more action figures. And this time it's not a Hatchet Gear action figure, but obviously they had to get paid for the license rights to use Insane Clown Posse. And it does look like Jay's fucking Detroit tattoo on his forearm is right there and available. Shaggy, it doesn't look like he has a whole lot. It doesn't look like he has any of his tattoos. But the other tattoo, since they're both wearing shorts, they better have been able to incorporate Violent J's fucking barbed wire tattoo that went around his calf. Because that's always been a figure staple with his action figures. Always seem to have the barbed wire around the calf. And if they don't, well, then it's fucking bullshit. All right, aside from that, we've got another fucking set of announcements, and this is actually coming more in tune with our fucking Juggalo community other than some of the big names and shit like that. First and foremost, we got to talk about this one. Kung Fu Vampire and Siamese Goat God at the Barnyard Bloodbath. And it's hosted by SON. This is going to be April 4th, 2026. I don't remember exactly where the fuck this is. Did it even say where it was going to be at? Let me consult the interwebs here. Let me double check where this, if there's any mention of where the fuck this is going to be. I do think that it's important to know this shit. All right, indulge me for a hot minute. Okay, so there's that one. Here we go. Okay, so that's where it is. Okay. This is a why didn't it fucking show why isn't it showing the whole fucking thing? That's fucking why. I turned off the full screen, set to full screen thing. Will it look better on here? So, yeah. So this is what's going on here. The Barnyard Bloodbath, and it's going to be, let's see, the Music Factory in Battle Creek, Michigan. So, yeah, for every, and it's on top of that, it's hosted by SON. $20 advance. Doors are open at 7. Show starts at 8 p.m. and it's $25 at the door if you don't get a $20 in advance ticket. Other ninjas that are going to be fucking featured on here are Dev Evolve, Bollock, Gmaj, Skittles, Klep, Brotherhood X, Bam Bam the Voodoo Child, and Take Heart, on top of KFV and Siamese Goat God. And those two boys are homegrown Michiganders. And they are very teeny-weeny. But I think that they're awesome as fuck and very nice guys. And they're talented. So, if you're in the area, fucking go check them out. Especially if you live in Indiana or Ohio. Come up and fucking come to Battle Creek and show these ninjas some fucking love and support. God damn it. Because I said so. So let's see. What date is that again? April 4th. I have the capability. I could drive down there and check it out. Battle Creek's not too far away from me. It's just an hour south of where I live. But if that doesn't tickle your pickle, you can, and it's not on your side of the fucking woods, you can also check out the Gloom Unit Gloom 2 The Tomb 3 release party. And that's on April 24th, and that's going to be at the Dive Bar in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is a 21 plus, so don't bring your fucking kids for reasons. $15 in advance and $20 at the door at the day of. So aside from obviously Gloom Unit and the House of Gloom release party, Lazy and Crazy have a merch pop-up featuring giveaways and exclusive live food. Wait a minute. The last time I saw a live food, it was that movie Sausage Party. But here's some of the other ninjas that we've got in attendance for that. Special featured guest is Shaggy the Airhead, but we also have Vacant Gate, Young Fiend. Oh, yeah, Young Fiend and Vacant Gate, Incision, Unhappy, Siggy the Psycho, Just Izzo, Little Titan, Lion's Den, Donnie Menace, and Vicious Vampira. So, I mean, hey, it's all about, Frankie Goldie, Acetone Boogie, Waddy Watts, if you will. That's another fucking thing. But one other thing, too, that's going to be going on within our own fucking tier of the Juggalo circles is the Fago Ganger Don't Bang Tour. Yeah. Bet you didn't think that I was done. Did you think that I was done fucking talking about fucking tours? No. But this is going to be consisting of DJ Smoke, MC Whore, Lil Yak, Billy Defense, and Willie Hayes. And it's going down starting next month, April 2nd, Jeffersonville, Indiana. Toledo, April 3rd, Toledo, Ohio. The 4th is Braun, Ohio. Is that right? I think that's right. April 5th, Jackson, Michigan. April 8th, Virgin Beach, Virginia. April 9th, Spartansburg, South Carolina. April 10th, Reading, Pennsylvania. April 11th, Brooklyn, New York. April 12th, New Haven, Connecticut. April 24th, to be announced somewhere in Washington. April 25th in Spokane, Washington. April 26th, to be announced in Oregon. I do like the fucking font. Like, that shit is fresh. All right, May 8th. So, like, they have a long fucking wait list and then wait time between the 26th and then they kick back on in May 8th at Idaho Falls, Idaho. May 9th in Salt Lake City, Utah. May 10th, to be announced in Colorado. May 21st, Mojave, California. May 22nd in Las Vegas, Nevada. May 23rd in Los Angeles, California. Let's see, May 24th, Carson City, Nevada. June 4th, San Antonio, Texas. And then the 5th, 6th, and 7th are the last 3 shows that they're going to be doing somewhere in fucking Texas. So, if you aren't following anybody like Willie Hayes, Billy Defense, MC Whore, Little Yak, DJ Smoke, I'm sure that you can get information from all them motherfuckers about where the TBAs are going to be. Oh, and by the way, since it started getting warmer, I've been wearing this fucking hockey jersey. Because I don't have any other fucking jerseys that are outside of holiday shit. And I also didn't get a hockey jersey at the fucking gathering of the Juggalos last year because they weren't selling any. They were only selling fucking football jerseys, which I indulged on that, and that's fine. All right, so we got that coming up. Now, I decided that even though this took like an hour and a half to go through all of this, let's check out something a little bit different. That's why I switched it over to this channel. Midnight Tiny Amy came out with a new fucking music video called Like Cheddar. And I've been waiting on a fucking Midnight Yami video, so we're going to watch that together. Oh, he's slanging Fago. He's got them deals on that red. All right.
Give it a couple more times.
Dude, that fucking face paint style, though. That's pretty fucking fresh. I dig that face paint. Yeah, dude, I remember when he ended up fucking getting that that new do-rag in the fucking mail, and he was all about it. Like, it was funny as hell. Like, he fucking lost his shit. That's right. Throw the glizzies in the chat for fucking Midnight Tiny Amy. Just monkey in a fucking hot dog suit out of nowhere. What the fuck? Okay, I think he's finally fucking getting into it. Oh! He had to fucking throw more glizzies up in that bitch, and he fucking spanked the glizzies. All right. Dude. Dude, this fucking slaps. Okay, this... Okay, so apparently, like... Okay, so from what I'm seeing here with this is like, he has definitely fucking stepped the fuck up since Juggalo Cowboy. Am I wrong in this one? Like, bro has fucking completely stepped up his game from a lot of the stuff that he was doing in the past that caused him to get massively fucking shit on. And he was getting massively fucking shit on for fucking years. And you remember what happened at the Gathering of the Juggalos last year. People were fucking booing him so hard off stage that they were throwing fucking cherry bombs at him. But I honestly have to say that I think that experience really fucking, you know, smartened him up a bit. And like I said, you know, like it was like a complete and utter fucking turnaround for me. You know, going from fucking doing the Juggalo Cowboy shit and being like, I got no time for this dude, to being like, all right, he's on second stage. He's fucking, you know, I think he's becoming a little bit more deserving of his spot, so I'm going to fucking try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll watch his fucking concert because I want to see how he reacts to the way that he's been reacting, you know, getting reactions and shit from online. So I want to see how that's going to fucking play into his fucking role on stage. And then all that shit fucking happened while he was on stage, and he survived. He fucking took all of the fucking punches to the chin like a fucking champ, and all the cherry bombs that were getting thrown his way, piss bottles, glizzies, the whole fucking nine. And I was like, all right, this dude's in. And this is actually the first, I think this is one of the first music videos that I've seen where it's like, okay, he's not uselessly... Like, there was a guy in there with a fucking pistol in his hand, but it wasn't like, not, you know, everybody had a fucking AK-47 or M17 or whatever the fuck and pointed at the fucking camera nonstop and had nothing to do with nothing. But like this one, on the other hand, it's like this track fucking bangs. And it's a huge fucking turnaround from the first time that I've seen him. Mad fucking props going out to Midnight Tiny Amy for this one. And on top of that, when it concerned his fucking face paint, I was starting to wonder why the fuck it was that he looked like this on Facebook. Because I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, he ended up posting this, and he got fucking hella shit for it. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. Blah, 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 blah. Like, he basically posted that, and then he posted this and was just pretty much just like, kind of like a I don't give a fuck what y'all think of me kind of vibe when he was saying what he said. Now the funniest thing about it, all right, the funniest thing about this whole shit, I saw that, barely read the fucking shit, and my comment to him was, my heritage is not your fucking costume. And he fucking got it. He ended up getting the joke. What up, illegal? It was great because like he posted that shit and I just said my heritage is not your costume, and he immediately, like within fucking 30 seconds, reacted to the comment laughing his ass off and commented back to me laughing his fucking ass off. So it was just like he got it. He got the fucking joke. Until somebody ended up fucking responding to that and just gave me this long fucking diatribe, like, and at first she didn't fucking understand that I was being sarcastic with it. I'm just like, dude. So I responded to her and I was just like, no, did you not fucking see that Midnight Tiny Amy fucking laughed and reacted at the fucking thing? It's a funny haha. It's just jokes, and he gets it. And I was just like, do I really have to explain the irony of the joke in order to explain what the fucking punchline is? All right? White dudes in the 30s would wear blackface to portray black people in silent film and, you know, like black and white films and shit like that. Like, that's how fucking blackface kind of got its start. Right? Because black people weren't allowed to be actors during that fucking time. That's why blackface is fucking racist. But here you have a black guy wearing whiteface. We have whiteface Tiny Amy over here. And I'm just like, I'm just like, I have to fucking say this because it's the most hilarious fucking thing ever. Because the irony is like, instead of a white guy wearing blackface, it's a black guy wearing whiteface. And, you know, the whole fucking my culture is not your costume kind of thing. Because, you know, the left, you know, people on the left fucking get offended when somebody white is wearing a fucking headdress for a Halloween costume. You know, so like the shit like that. And it was like, that's the whole fucking concept of the joke. And I'm just like, do I really have to explain all of this in order for this one chick to get fucking mad? You know, to stop being mad at it. So I was just like, look, Midnight Nyami fucking laughed at it, so I'm off the hook. And then she goes, oh, you were being sarcastic. Oh, I'm sorry. I got this fucking message from some other person trying to say that it's racist. And so, like, she had to explain to the guy that it can't be racist because Midnight Nyami's black, and black people just can't be racist. And this other person that she's arguing with was calling her an illegal or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, I don't really need... I didn't even know that she said all of this until, like, 2 hours before my show. But nevertheless, that's fucking funny, and I don't care who is offended by it. Especially with what I'm saying. And by the way, speaking of Midnight Tiny Amy, he's got his own fucking show coming up too. With the Dumpster Babies. Alright? And a couple of other names that I'm having a fucking hard time reading. Okay, so we got Berserk, CPR Bruce. Is that what it says? Demise, which, by the way, Demise is also the homie. Demise is the guy who fucking came up with the 17th layer hot sauce. And he still sells this shit. So when you get to the gathering, get yourself some of this. Get yourself some. And then finally, we also got King Gold and DYE. So this is happening at the WWME Hall in Louisville, Kentucky at 7 p.m. $10 it looks like it's for possibly the opening. Then you got Midnight Tiny Amy and the Dumpster Babies, April 10th, 2026. So you got a month. If y'all are in Louisville, and that's how you fucking pronounce it, Louisville, then get up, then fucking check that out. All right, now, here is the last piece of fucking Juggalo news. Yeah, Demise is the fucking homie. If you've ever, like, every once in a while, he'll post a picture of himself on Facebook and he's in this fucking red suit. And almost every time that he fucking does it, I reply with a picture of Mike Patton in the same fucking red suit because he looks like the Spanish version of fucking Mike Patton. It's like you look like Mike Patton's distant Mexican cousin. But I love that dude. I fucking love that dude. He's one of them Capsican boys, along with fucking Olay and Shade Hecka, which are all my fucking friends. Now moving along, we got one last piece of fucking Juggalo news, and this one I wanted to hold off. Remember that shit that I said about putting in your back pocket about the fact that I'm called the Crazy House? Okay? And that other thing that I fucking mentioned that I can't for some reason remember, but I expect you to? This is why. Because I have been accepted as a nominee for the 2025 Replicon Radio Awards for YouTuber, Podcaster, Streamer of the Year, along with a fresh slew of a whole bunch of other fucking ninjas that are up in this bitch. Swills Edition being one of them. ICP with We is another one. Humble Among, for some fucking reason. So on and so forth. All right. My homegirl Shayna with her gaming channel is up on there. I'm surprised that Deck 1 Delta isn't on there. But, I guess it is what it is. The Thuggalo Show is up on that bitch. I think Strange Suspicion is on there. Precious Juggalos is up on there. Juggalo Rewind is on there. MUJ is up in that bitch. We've got a whole fucking who's that of fucking juggalos that are nominated for that award, along with a whole bunch of other ones. And this and like I said in a video that I fucking made mention of before, you just go to Replicon Radio's fucking YouTube channel or their Facebook, find the video in question, and they've made lists of all of these fucking Juggalo related artists, whether they're music artists, like painters, tattoo artists, fucking artists and shit like that. There's so many fucking Juggalos that do so many different things, and they're all up for these Replicon awards. Now, I didn't know about Replicon Radio until 2017 when CPN was nominated for that shit for YouTuber, Podcaster, Streamer of the Year, in which that year he won, but not without a little bit of controversy. But it's Child's Play fucking Ninja, so, like, how do you not expect controversy? Okay? And that controversy was fucking nuts because of the fact that he was up on the fucking list and so was Chuck Reeves, and something ended up happening. They were butting heads back together, head to head with numbers, but it was a different fucking voting format. This was done on a side piece where you could actually punch in one vote a day on some third-party website. I'm waiting on that. Hexxx with that other $1.99 in the super chat for saying W's in the chat for getting Crazy nominated. Hell yeah. Now that I'm nominated, I believe that I'll be nominated from henceforth as long as I continue to do something on YouTube. And that is one of the things that I said before about, before I even started talking about Juggalo news. Basically, the goal now is to try to whittle down how much I fucking owe credit cards and the government and stuff like that, so that way I don't have to worry so much about having to work as hard to make that much money. In turn, I can put more effort into my YouTube channel. And maybe next year, I'll fucking be back up on there stronger than before. Now, this is something that I have to admit. And granted, what I suggest is, I would like to win, but just judging by how many votes are out now, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to. Unless you motherfuckers want to prove me wrong. But I have to admit, there are a lot of other juggalos that are out there that are very talented and very entertaining. So I'm not going to beg you guys to fucking vote for me. That's your choice. It's your choice is to vote for me or Swill or the Thuggalo Show or whoever your favorite fucking channel is overall. However, this is just one of the steps that I've wanted for a pretty long time. I've just wanted to be nominated because I know that if you're nominated for something like this, basically what that means is you're fucking making noise. That's the reality and the truth. And Swill, I see that you understand completely what the fuck it is that I'm talking about. You know, when you're nominated for something like this, especially with something that as long as you're doing stuff on social media and you're consistent with it, you are going to be considered for nomination as long as you're fucking doing something. And that says something. That says that you are relevant enough to be able to be on the list, to be considered. And I say that because, unfortunately, there are some fucking YouTubers that I'm friends with that I don't really want to fucking name. And if you know who I'm talking about, please don't fucking, send out strays. But I just basically want to say, if you weren't considered, then do something about it for this year in order to be considered next year. And I feel like we all bring each other up. If the other podcasters don't know who you are, they are out of touch. I agree to that one. And right now in the chat we have 2 fucking people who have won the Replicon Awards. All right, we got Warlockside alongside Scottish Misfit and DJ Run for Cover winning for Tales from the Lotus podcast, and we also have Don Chaos who's won because of his shit, The Hour of Chaos. Now, for the longest time, I have to say, I was always happy to see those guys considered and up for the award, nominated. And this is my first year of being nominated. After being on YouTube since 2009, and this is my first time being nominated, I'm glad that I was nominated. Whether I win or I don't win, that's fine with me. So with that being said, you can vote for me or if you've already voted for somebody else or myself, thank you. That's great. If you haven't voted, definitely fucking find the video on Replicon Radio's fucking YouTube channel or their fucking Facebook, and you can vote for me or whoever else is on the list. And if you want, I'll open this up and I'll try to see if I can find the entire list. Definitely rest in peace, DJ Run for Cover. I miss that motherfucker. Alright, let's see if I can find the fucking YouTube channel. I probably should have downloaded this video. Ah, there it is. I already have it right here. Alright, so this is the one for Podcast YouTuber Creator of the Year 2025. Vote here. All right.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Replicon Radio Awards.
So, yep.
2025 Replicon Radio Awards. These are your nominees for Podcast YouTuber / Creator of the Year in 2025. Yeah. Starting off with Lows and Loud.
Lows and Loud, they do a lot of fucking interviews and stuff. And I've only recently heard about those guys. But I do know, because of one of them that's on there. This is what I was talking about. So let's keep it going.
Next up, Rockstar Radio. Swills Edition.
Look at that. And Swill's Edition being so high on the fucking list. I thought that was cool. But I don't know if that's actually like because it's in the order in which that they were fucking nominated, or if it's like, okay, these guys are fucking popular. We've actually heard of these, this dude and that fucking weird ass angry antagonistic clown that he has as a co-host.
No haters. Replicon Radio. Beneath the dirt. Fuck your feelings.
Now that one I thought was fucking weird because I talked to Bash on Fuck Your Feelings a lot. And he's actually told me that he's asked these guys multiple times to keep him off the fucking list. And every year somebody keeps nominating him. All right.
Fuck your feelings.
And Beneath the Dirt is another one. Roanbone does a very good job breaking down the news and history of Psychopathic and Insane Clown Posse and a lot of Juggalo shit. To my surprise, like the dude, I love his work, and I feel like he's never gotten himself a fair shake. So that's another channel that I feel like you should possibly go over to and fucking subscribe to his shit and fucking watch him, dude. He's got the goods as far as I see it.
Juggalo Rewind. Do it for the underground. Humble among the
like this is okay. Here I come. Listen to this. Listen to this shit.
Humble among the Kreyz house.
Crazy. It's fucking crazy. Kreyz. All right? It's a play on fucking words. I forget what it's actually fucking called. I mean, I was bitching about this to ChatGPT, and it was just like, okay. It was like, okay, fucking calm down. Now, like, to me, it's like, I get it because of the way that because of the fact that my name is kind of stylized, it does create a little bit of confusion. But think about it. Crazy House. It's another fucking way of saying insane asylum. That's the idea. That's the big fucking hoo 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 ha ha. And it's like, okay, I'm definitely not gonna give this I'm not gonna give this type of energy to Replicon Radio if I ever see them in person. But I will. But I would like to say it's the Crazy House. It's like I'm Crazy McCormick. The Crazy House. Get it? Anyways, here's some more of them. I know, like when I first fucking heard about these guys, though, it was honestly, I have to say, I didn't give them a fair shake, and the reason being was because fucking Chuck Reeves was co-signing those guys, and they were kind of friends with Chuck, and Chuck's a fucking dick, and so it was just like, oh, okay. But I come to realize that they're not really that bad of guys. They just have a fucking they just have bad taste in friends. Not really, though. It was just kind of like, okay, yeah, they're human, and humans make mistakes. Anyways, back to what they were saying.
Twisted with Us. MUJ, Midwest United Juggalos.
Dudes are fucking dope.
ICP with We.
Yep.
Put it on the slab. Precious Juggalos.
And Precious Juggalos, I feel, is more than deserving to be up on this fucking list. And it's like what Shovel fucking does is literally the most different and completely, like, I wouldn't say out of pocket. That's Swill. What Swill does is completely fucking out of pocket. Precious Juggalos, what Shovel does on Precious Juggalos is the most unique and original fucking thing that any Juggalo has fucking done. And I love it. His show is art, but it's also a fucking streaming show. You know, he streams the shit and people fucking watch it. And it's so unique what he fucking does. Because what he does is he takes broken down fucking Precious Moments dolls, puts them back together in different fucking form, and then paints them up and stylizes them to look juggaloed the fuck out. Shovel is literally, I agree with him on this one. I agree with Don Chaos 100%. Shovel is literally the Bob Ross of the Juggalo community. He just makes happy little figures, you know. He fixes happy little accidents and makes happy little figures. All right, so yep, Precious Juggalos, and then they say Shaggy Show in the middle of this.
The Row Show.
The Row Show.
DC Fago Guy.
Yeah.
JT Clarks. Exos Live and Reckless. We write about music. PBD. Patrick Bet Davis. The Bobby and Chaz Show. Wicked Widget Productions.
I've heard some things about Wicked Widget Productions, and this is the first time I've heard about the Bobby and Chaz Show. And trying to find some Juggalo content, I did come across something that they did at the gathering. I think it might have been at last year's gathering. One of them playing a fucking ukulele. Well, yeah.
Juggalo Show. 120 Seconds. The Hordecast. And Shayna's Gaming Juggalo Realm.
Well, basically, Shayna's gaming Juggalo Realm. Basically, all that is, for the most part, is her doing fucking video gaming live streams. So yeah, that's the list for the Replicon Radio Awards of 2025 for podcast YouTuber Creator of the Year. So there we go. We've got all of it right there in very little fucking wording that you can barely fucking read. Lows and Loud, Rockstar Radio, Swills Edition, No Haters, Replicon Radio, Beneath the Dirt, Fuck Your Feelings. Okay. He's not going to accept that. Juggalo Rewind, Do It for the Underground, Humble Among, The Crazy House, Twisted With Us, Midwest United Juggalos, ICP with We, Put It on the Slab, Precious Juggalos, The Shaggy Show, The Row Show, DC Fago Guy, JT Clarks, Exos Live and Reckless, We Write About Music, PBD Patrick Bet David, The Bobby and Chaz Show, Wicked Widget Production, Thuggalo Show, 120 Seconds, Hordecast, and Shayna's Gaming Juggalo Realm. And you know what else should possibly be up on there? You can do write-in votes. And I would say it shouldn't be limited to just YouTubers, okay? Because there are other juggalos that do other things on other platforms. Like Shangri-La as a prime example. Like, she has an interactive chat show on TikTok where she interacts with her fan base while she's making little fucking trinkets, I'm assuming, for the bazaar. You know? So, like, she makes bracelets and shit. You know? So, that's one other fucking thing. Oh, yeah, and when she's on her downtime at the Gathering of the Juggalos, she beats the shit out of a hater with a fan. Darling, hold my hand. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday except for Shangri-La with a fucking cooling fan. Like, she's cool as fuck. Yeah, she is on YouTube as well, because I know I follow her on TikTok, and because you ended up rating her one time, I think I ended up following her on TikTok, on Twitch as well. But yeah, so other than that, you basically, that's all you do. You go to this fucking video and you go in the comments and you put down a name. If you haven't yet. Oh yeah, dude. Like, don't forget, like, I ended up finding that video and I ended up fucking adding the Jet 2 holiday music to it, and it was dude, I thought it was hilarious as fuck. I sent it to her and she ended up laughing her ass off. Currently dipping my fries into my Frosty, as you should. It is against the law to not fucking dip your fucking Wendy's fries in the Frosty. Now, here you go. As of right now, we've got a couple of them. Look, Droku ended up fucking voting for Hours of Chaos. So we got. I'm sorry I can't vote. I have too many friends from different shows. That's coming from fucking Stasher. Dude, trust me when I say, like, I would look at it this way, okay? Vote for who you want to vote for. However, the real ones ain't going to be pissed if you didn't vote for them. So, for one, vote for who you want to vote for, Stasher. And two, it's literally fucking pointless to say you're not going to vote. That's like fucking saying, I like Twisted and ICP, I can't choose one side over the other, and then you go to their Facebook post and it's nothing but fucking Twisted shit. Right. I don't care who votes for who. Like, Don Chaos ended up voting for Precious Juggalos instead of me, and I can't be mad at that. You know, like, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm happy with the fact that I have now currently 7 fucking votes. I am surprised at that. All right. You motherfuckers putting in shit for me, I appreciate that shit. Like, Juggalo Collectibles, he's a homie of mine. He voted for Rewind. Fucking Droku is another friend of mine. He voted for Dorn. You know, Dorn voted for fucking Precious Juggalos. You know, and that's fine with me, you know? Because the way I look at it, it's like, all of us real ones ain't going to be mad. All of us real ones are going to be cool with whoever it is that you want to fucking vote for. It doesn't matter to me. May the best man or woman or they, them fucking win. As far as I see it. So let's, yeah, I can close that one out. Exactly. Besides, back in the day, it wasn't even about that. Yes, there was friendly competition, but it was friendly, you know? And on top of that, like back in the day when we were doing vlogs, like our vlog videos were basically like one of us would have an idea, and then the other one would get inspired from that idea and make their own fucking spin on it. It's the same thing with these live streams and stuff. Like some of us that talk about the fucking news and talk about fucking dumb shit is like we can bank off of each other. To me, it makes no sense to be like, well, I want to do interviews, so you can't do fucking interviews. Fuck you. You know, if I want to do a fucking interview, I'm going to do a fucking interview. And if anything, if you try to tell me that I can't do an interview, I'm going to do an interview anyways because why? Fuck you. That's why. You know, shit like that. It's like, you can't tell me what I can and cannot do on my fucking YouTube channel. Fuck you. It's my fucking channel. You know? But, like, anybody that's going to be sour because, you know, you're a close personal friend and you voted for somebody else, it's, I don't care. Even if it's somebody that I don't like and you want to fucking vote for them, I don't care. It's all about entertaining the people that watch to me. Yeah, and I try to do things in my own fucking way of, entertaining. Even if it's fucking dropping out news or dropping science. Because I can, legitimately, I feel like I can fucking do both. And speaking of that, let's check out some non-Juggalo shit. If you don't know who to vote for, vote a CPN write-in for Replicoon Award. Just for nostalgia's sake. No, actually, that would be a waste. After CPN won the Replicon Award, the first time that he was nominated, he accepted the award, of course, but he ended up asking Replicon, no matter how popular I am, do not nominate me anymore. One award is enough. And they've respected that ever since. So, writing CPN in as a fucking write-in, that's wasting your vote. On the real. Vote for somebody that's actually active in the Juggalo community. And if anything, if you were to vote somebody that wasn't even, if you do a fucking write-in, then that's actually in a way a support of other people that weren't even nominated. And if they have names written down enough, then that might be reason for Replicon to nominate them in, for next year's awards ceremony. But getting this, nominated after a long series, because I've been wanting to be nominated for almost 10 years now. And now I'm finally getting my shake. To me, just like how, and just like I said before, Swill agrees with me on this one. All that basically shows is that you're making noise. And for somebody as old as I am, being on this platform as long as I have been, and still somehow staying quasi-relevant in some way, shape, or form, I'd say that means something. And to me, that's rather fucking endearing. So I have nothing but props to give out to Replicon Radio for putting me on the nomination list. I didn't even ask to fucking be nominated. All I just said was, hey, I think last year after the awards, I was like, I'm surprised that I wasn't nominated, and I was cool with it. And they're like, dude, we totally, like we didn't even know that you would come back. I was like, well, I am. And I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. Because if it's not on this, then it's definitely something else, like on Twitch or fucking, I might be doing TikToks later, depending on what type of free time I have. But, I basically restarted the Crazy House for the sake of getting nominated at this thing. Because I'm the last survivor of the first original cast. And I think that means something. Darby is up for an Underground Album of the Year. That's dope. Fuck yes. Dude needs to get up there. I need to fucking go up on there. And by the way, you have 2 weeks time from the time that video fucking popped up. You have 2 weeks time to submit your vote. You can only vote once on Facebook and once on YouTube, and that's it. And you go through all of the fucking videos that they did. Each one is its own category, and they have the list of everything that they're doing. And then after that, I think they tally up all the fucking shits and they let people know what's good. Now, let's get into some other shit. Aside from the Juggalo stuff, because Juggalo shit, that's over. Let's get into some other stuff. Nerd shit. Alright? Who doesn't love fucking nerd shit? Here we go. Yes. Nintendo is already going to try to take my fucking money. Not actual gameplay footage, but fuck you for cock teasing me like this. Pikachu! Awesome! Haven't seen it all the way through yet. Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. Alright, so Kecleon's back up in this bitch. I still need to get a shiny Kecleon. Yes, exactly, Bizarre17. This is for Winds and Waves. Tree Deer, whatever the fuck you are. Fat Pikachu and some sort of a weird looking duck. So is this all concept art of what it is? What the fuck? Fucking Thunder Mouse. Okay, so Pokemon gonna be king of the fucking pirates, I guess. Oh shit, that's adorable. Wow, you can definitely tell which ones are male and female. Like if you don't know, take a look at the fucking tail. But that's actually kind of cute. That's fucking adorable. So are we going to be able to clothe our fucking Pokemon to the nines? Alright, Game Freak, I see you. What do we got here? Oh yeah, speaking of nerd shit, R.I.P. Robert Carradine. 100%, dude. I'm surprised Lewis fucking committed suicide. Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds fucking committed suicide. I can't fucking believe that. And I totally forgot about adding that. And Revenge of the Nerds, we'll get back to that in a minute. Will! Damn, dude, I just saw Big Will's girlfriend. Dude, look at this shit. Like, think about this. Like, this is on some fucking Pokemon Legends Arceus shit. And fucking, it's now on the Switch too. So, like, the frame rate, though. Look at that shit. Look how real the water is and everything. Oh, shit. Did I just see unowned shit? Squeak? Yeah. Knocking unconscious with the ball and then capture it. Okay. This is interesting. Crab people. Sperm. Balchinians. Okay. There's our starters. Alright, which one you going for? Because obviously we have a bird, like a grass type with bird shit. We have a puppy, and we have a gecko. I don't know the actual names of these motherfuckers. So, Pombon is going to be your fucking starter, Bazaar. Brout. Pombon. And Gekwa. Now, obviously, with every fucking Pokemon game, it always starts with those three fucking Pokemon. A water type, a fire type, and a grass type. Hey, I see Falcor in the clouds on the right. Or maybe that's a Dratini cloud. I don't know. Oh shit, we're gonna be able to go back underwater. Whale! Damn, dude, Wailord looks fucking ginormous. There you go. Fucking Pokemon winds and waves. Oh, really? So the other one is Pokemon Waves. Okay, I hear you now. Global simultaneous release in 2027. There you go. So, they didn't really show any new Pokemon other than the fucking starters. But you know for a fact that there's going to be some new gens. And rumor is that they're going to have at least one new Eevee evolution. I believe somebody ended up saying that the new Eevee evolution is going to be... fuck, I can't remember what it is. Oh, they think that the new Eevee evolution is probably going to be a flying type because you have winds and waves. But since we already have Vaporeon as an Eevee evolution, to make a second water type would make no sense. So the dude thinks that there's a possibility that it could be a dragon type. Because if you do add a dragon type, that's every special evolution type, special type. And then you have flying type being the first physical one. But it would make a hell of a whole lot of sense. What do we got here? That's very windy, wavy sounding. So yeah, like, okay, let's go back. We got to go back to the 3 that they have. All right, so we got Gekwa, we got Brout, and we have Pombon. All right. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at the starters again. There's our starters. Yep. Hold on. We gotta show the fronts again. I zoned out for a second. Alright, there's our starts. We got Brout, we got Pombon, we got Gekwa. Now, for the most part, I usually select a fire type as my starter. Because the final evolution usually ends up looking the most badass. The only time that I haven't chosen a fucking a fire starter, Gen 2, I usually choose Totodile because Croconaw as its fucking final, or for Alligator, as its final evolution, is usually the most badass looking of the bunch. But then going back to fire, I go back to fire as a starter in the 3rd gen because Blaziken looks much more badass than Swampert. Sorry or not sorry, but on Gen 3, I just don't do it for the Mudkips. And then, of course, like at some, let's see. Actually, I think in Gen 4, I usually choose Piplup. I barely ever fucking choose a grass type. So, depending on what the final evolution of these fuckers looks like, is going to determine which one I want to pick. Unless it's a cat, I will automatically fucking choose the cat. I don't care what type it is. I might have a disadvantage of choosing a kitty, but I will choose the kitty because kitty and its little toe beans and fucking shit. Wrath of God, I choose you. Yeah, imagine him popping out of a fucking Pokeball and he's just like, God damn it, you asshole! Like every time you fucking tell him to fucking do something, like, Wrath of God, you struggle. I am struggling. Quit telling me what to do, asshole. That would just be him straight up. But out of these 3 initially, I'm thinking it's either going to be Gekwa or Brout. Probably going to be leaning more towards Brout because I'm not a big dog fan, and this thing being a fucking puppy and all that. So like my starter, I probably might end up choosing Brout as my starter for the first time. And that Gen 1 original starters, all badass. Not entirely. Out of those 3, the most badass of them all is Charizard. Especially if it's a shiny Charizard. Now, here's another thing too when it concerns Pokemon. For those of you who don't know, because you might have been too busy fucking engulfing yourself with Juggalo Weekend, February 27th was Pokemon Day, and it marked the 30th anniversary of Pokemon when the first gen came out on the fucking original Game Boy. Red and blue in America, red and green in Japan. And then in 1999, they came out with fucking Pokemon Yellow, I think. Or was it 98? Was it 98, 97? Somewhere in there. But anyways, yeah, and I actually picked up Yellow. Now, here's the thing. For the celebration, they re-released Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Game Boy Advance, and they released it on the Switch too. For $20 each. I have both of them. And I'm actually trying to do something right now on Twitch, streaming this game, something I've never done before. And that is to try to fucking get shinies. I am shiny hunting on that game, and it is harder than any other fucking game that I have played that involves shiny hunting. Over the course of time, since they first introduced shiny hunting and shinies in general to the Pokemon franchise, Gens 2, 3, and 4 are possibly the hardest, and maybe 5 too, the hardest to try to get fucking Pokemon. Shiny Pokemon. And what that is you have a 1 in 8,192 chance every time you encounter a Pokemon that it's going to be shiny. The first introduction was the Red Gyarados, which always has a place in my heart for having a shiny fucking Magikarp. But over the course of time, they have also introduced shiny locked mythicals and legendary characters. In which this case, in this game, they did not do that. They didn't introduce that until Gen 5, when they fucking shiny locked Victini. Gen 6 was when they ended up lowering the chance, like increasing the chances from 1 in 8,192 to 4,096 of a chance. And then eventually they ended up introducing the shiny charm, which which increased your odds to go from 4,096 to 1,024. And recently in Pokemon Legends ZA, they made it so if you go to a hyperspace zone, by feeding Hoopa a donut, depending on the level of the shiny power or sparkling power that the donut had, you could increase your chances of running into a shiny Pokemon up to 1 in every 515th fucking chance of a shiny, which is incredibly fucking. It makes it so almost shiny hunting is almost too easy. And I have been shiny hunting on that game to try to get shiny an entire shiny living Pokemon dex. Which basically what that means is you get a Pokemon for every possible fucking number, which is something I've always done since the first fucking Pokemon game. Capturing a Pokemon from number 1 to whatever the fucking end of it is. And in this case, trying to get all of those Pokemon as shinies. And I'm still not finished. I'm like more than halfway done. But when Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green came out, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to play this. And I'm shiny hunting the starter to try to get a shiny Charmander. I have reset that game over 1,000 times so far, and I'm not done yet. But also on top of that, they also introduced Pokemon Poketopia, or whatever the fuck. I have zero interest in buying that game. Even if that game is good, I have zero interest in it because of the fact that the game is like either download or you just buy the fucking card and it just gives you a link to download the fucking game. Fuck that shit. I will not buy that game until it is playable and fully on the card, because I'm owning what I buy. Fuck this download shit. A prime example of this dumb shit being fucking bullshit is they just recently removed, like they shut down the servers for Anthem. Which Anthem is a playable game on the PS4 and the Xbox One, right? So even if you have a physical copy of that game, it's an online only server game. So even if you have, it basically renders the fucking physical copy useless. So who's not to say that when they go to the next generation system, even though you can download Switch 1 and Switch 2 games and they're all playable on the Switch 2, who's not to say, like Nintendo has done in the past with the Wii, the Wii U, the DS, and the 3DS, once they move on to the next generation system, it's only a matter of time before that whole fucking version of Nintendo Online Shop gets shut down completely. And then all of those games that you bought the card that was just like a download only thing is never playable again. You're basically paying to rent the fucking game over the next few years. Fuck that shit. I am an avid collector, and everybody knows this. I prefer to have physical media so that way I own the shit that I actually bought. Prime example, like I said, Anthem. I have a copy of the Xbox One version and the PS4, and I can't play them now. So this fucking game better be on the goddamn card. Make it fully immersed in the card. The whole fucking piece of information on that card. If you try to make it downloadable, I don't care how much I love fucking Pokemon. Once everything becomes fully digital, that's it for me. Like, I'm done buying fucking games. Well, new games. I'll buy them used. If they want me to buy Pokemon, If they want me to buy this fucking Pokemon game or Poketopia or any other fucking game that is just the fucking card that's a key to fucking download the game and play it, I'll wait until that thing's $5. Then I'll buy it. It'll be $5 and used, because fuck Nintendo for that. Aside from that, they also, obviously, they just recently announced Pokemon Wind and Waves. They have Pokemon Champions coming out. 2026 is going to be an entire year of a bunch of fucking Pokemon shit. And I'm hoping to God that it all connects to the Pokemon Home, because I pay $15 a year for that shit just to have, just to have fucking, what, 6,000 slots to put Pokemon on. You know, nerd shit. Now, we also have another thing of nerd shit that I gotta share with you guys, and movie trailer. So this is probably where my fucking my fucking episode's gonna be shut down in post, and then I'll have to delete it. So basically, I'm gonna do people a favor, just in case this fucking happens, because it's been happening all too much. We're gonna watch the official trailer for Scary Movie 6, and if I have to fucking delete it, now would be a good time to open up a new tab and watch it yourself. But for the people that are watching it live, let's watch the damn. I've been saving for this. That's awesome. They have all of these different fucking horror movie characters. What the fuck is Megan doing?
My God, he stabbed her! Not her! My pronouns, are they them?
Yes.
He stabbed them!
Wait. Who stabbed them? What is Ghostface's fucking pronouns, huh? Did you think about that? It?
We back.
Yeah. Oh shit. Swill, do you see what's right here in the fucking background over there? I think they stole your gimmick, son. Oh shit. All right. Anyways.
God, he stabbed her! Not her! My pronouns, are they them? He stabbed them!
Like, it's funny double up, because like she fucking gets stabbed and then she corrects this woman over what her fucking pronouns are. And this is like, dude, this trailer apparently has Gen Z with their fucking man panties all in a bunch. But that's funny as hell. Fuck you, I don't care. That's hilarious.
We back.
There's a serial killer on the loose.
Hello, Tuesday.
I have been preparing for this for years.
Hello, Mother. You look like shit.
Cindy!
Should we hug? I really want to, but I'm a Republican now, so I'm supposed to be racist.
I think all white people are racist anyway. Come here.
Aww. Yes.
Hey there. We heard tell of a Halloween party. We're here to drink, play bad music, do some half gay shit.
Why just half gay?
Oh, dude, this movie's gonna be fucking awesome. Why just half gay? And fucking Ray pops up. That's awesome. Dildos. Oh, fucking stabs him in the asshole with a dildo. Doofy.
Stop smiling!
Safe spaces. Dude. Oh, the stuff.
Mom, Santa gave me a severed arm. Be sure to thank him. What the?
She got a nutsack.
Somebody help! Help!
Bitch, we on break. So you handle yours. I'll be right or here eating my falafel and my pork rinds. Bitch.
Fuck. Yes, every line will be crossed. Yes, coming soon only in cinemas. Thank the fuck God. And on top of that, it is the Wayans brothers that is doing Scary Movie 6. And fuck Harvey Weinstein once again, because that motherfucker tried to shut that shit down. One last fuck, okay, we got another thing, and this one has nothing to do with nothing. Since we're still on some nerd shit, I popped my dentist. She asked what my pronouns were, and I said they, them. She asked if it was because I am non-binary, and I said, hell no, it's because of the voices. Yeah, see, like that makes sense. All right, here's on some more nerd shit. And I saw this on TikTok last week, I think, and I thought this was hilarious as fuck. Here we go.
Kid is 11 and he was just bitching to me because he started his first D&D campaign and he made this really cool character. He's a ranger named Spartacus Atwood. He's got a polar bear
That's
cub.
dope.
He uses a bow and arrow. He's like super cool. And his other friend's playing this like goblin paladin that's really intense and smites down the wicked. And then his third friend is just playing Danny DeVito. No fantasy involved. No magic, just human Danny DeVito. He's so mad about it. He's like, Mommy's not taking the game seriously. I'm like, no, actually, son, that's probably the most serious D&D player of the group right there.
Yes.
Anybody?
Like, anybody can take a guess as to why Danny DeVito is, like, perfect for fucking D&D? I want to see if the chat understands. Like, just try to think about that. Fucking Danny DeVito as a playable character in fucking D&D. That's awesome. Alright, I might have to fucking just continue playing this because reasons.
You know, veteran players know Danny DeVito is a fucking genius character. I can't believe an 11-year-old came up with it. Like, that's just, I'm dying here. I only imagine. I cast egg.
Yes! That's why! I would love to be a fly on the wall for that fucking campaign, just to hear that kid say that. I cast egg! Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Oh, dude. Dude. Okay, so now that we've gotten the fucking dumb, all the juggalo shit out of the way and the dumb nerd shit out of the way, this is the part where Swill is probably going to have to adjourn to the other room because I know he gets bored watching this part, but it's practically the main event. And I personally think that what I'm about to fucking talk about is a pretty fucking serious subject. And it does bear being spoken on. We gotta jump a little bit into the world of fucking geopolitics, and geopolitics is pretty fucking huge. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically what had happened is, I think it was like last week, and it ended up happening. Fucking Iran was struck. Right? Months ago. I don't know if I talked about this or not, but there was a happening that happened a couple of months ago where the citizens of Iran were protesting against the Islamic regime that is currently running Iran. And because of that, the regime's military ended up opening fire, killing or injuring roughly around 50,000 of its own citizens. So what makes this fucking horrifying is the fact that this is the type of shit that's happening overseas. Meanwhile, people in our fucking country are trying to yell at each other about whether or not our fucking leader is a fascist. But then when you see fascist behavior like that, where it's like, agree with what I have to say or die, pure fascism, and that nobody says a fucking word, right? Nobody on that side of the fucking aisle says a goddamn thing. They're blind to it. Like, oh, no, we didn't see that. No, it didn't happen. We did this, so it doesn't exist. Like an ostrich sticking their head in the fucking sand. So, in retaliation because of that, they ended, like the United States ended up working alongside Israel, and they struck Iran. Within a matter of hours, we come to find out that their supreme leader, the Ayatollah Ali, whatever his fucking face is, was found dead in the rubble of the very same place that they fucking exploded it. And what ends up happening? Well, Iranians are fucking celebrating. Everybody's fucking happy about that shit. But not the people on the left. People on the left start fucking protesting, trying to say that it's wrong for them to fucking go after Iran when, I don't know why, because it was Trump that fucking did it. And the entire time that I'm seeing all of this stuff going on the left, I'm like, dude, read the fucking room, all right? Iranians are fucking happy. All the refugees that are in this country, Iranian Americans that were born in this country, that know about the history of what's been going on in Iran for the last 47 years of being held in an Islamic regime where daily they scream death to America, and you are protesting war in Iran just because we helped out. No one else was. And we're the world police. And at this point, like during all of this, I ended up fucking coming across this fucking video that I'm about to play. I don't know if this is the right one, but we're going to try it anyways.
I want to get your thoughts specifically.
Now, it's time that we Americans have to come to grips with something. We have a party in this country, the Democrat Party, that hates the country. Here we are in the middle of a spectacular, humane peace mission where people were being slaughtered. They were being slaughtered right up to the minute we attacked them.
Yep.
We've been talking about it. They've slaughtered our soldiers. They've slaughtered our citizens, our embassy personnel.
Yeah, they've actually fucking killed some of our own fucking people. Like, they've killed Americans, they've killed fucking their own fucking people, they've killed anybody who's tried to come up against them. All that shit. And yet everybody on the left is worried about whether or not we're going to have boots on the ground. There's even some people that are on the right that are fucking worried about whether or not we're going to have boots on the ground. And they don't want it because we already dealt with like 20 years of being in Iraq. And it's like, no, we're helping out these fucking people because, well, reasons. Hold on. All right, give me a minute. I have to do something. This is kind of an emergency situation, so I will be right back. Don't nobody go nowhere. I won't be too long. All right, I'm back. Yeah, it wasn't anything major. My parents actually got back from their vacation. That was something I didn't talk about. And so we had to shuffle vehicles around so that way my stepfather could have easier access getting out of the driveway, so that way he could go to work in the morning. But yeah, that was one thing that I forgot to talk about, and I might as well do that right now. So my parents ended up going on vacation. They went to Puerto Rico, and they had been gone all week long, and they just got back tonight. So it was kind of funny because like something was going on in Mexico during that time, and basically the Mexican government is fighting with the Mexican cartels, and the Mexican cartels have been threatening to fucking go to some of these hefty vacationing spots throughout Mexico and going into the hotels and killing everybody. Didn't matter if they were natives, Mexicans, or if they were white people vacationing, and they were threatening to fucking do that. So I think as of right now, nobody's able to get in or out of fucking Mexico at this moment. So that's the last I knew. I haven't heard anything new about that, but that started happening like a week and a half ago. And so when I found out about that, I knew that my parents were going to a Spanish-speaking area. And so I asked my mom, where are you going to vacation again? And she says, we're going to Puerto Rico. Don't worry. We're not going to get attacked by the cartels. I was like, yeah, but you might get sunk into a fucking giant ball of garbage. I don't know. But yeah, so like they ended up fucking going. They just got back. I had to shuffle the cars. We had to shuffle cars around. I just parked in front of the house, just so that way I can get back to talking about this. But yeah, let's start this video over. So going back to what I was talking about, you know, Iran was attacked. The Ayatollah's dead, and people on the left here in the States are fucking protesting that shit. But I came across this and I was like, okay, I felt like that this was something important.
I want to get your thoughts specifically on that.
$50,000 people got fucking killed by their own people in Iran because they resisted the Iranian the Islamic regime that is controlling that country. And then, like, try to think about how the Islamic regime fucking controls the fucking people. Women have no rights under Islamic law. So people on the left are fucking supporting that.
That's why he did it. Now, it's time that we Americans have to come to grips with something. We have a party in this country, the Democrat Party, that hates the country. Here we are in the middle of a spectacular, humane peace mission.
Yep.
Where people were being slaughtered. They were being slaughtered right up to the minute we attacked them. We've been talking about it. They've slaughtered our soldiers. They've slaughtered our citizens, our embassy personnel. They come into our country and try and assassinate people.
Yeah. From what we find out is like a lot of the money that Barack Obama fucking gave Iran went straight into fucking them trying to figure out how to create nuclear weapons. And on top of that, they've also been funding a lot of stuff involving terrorism all over the world. I'm sure you remember something that ended up happening about 25 years ago, where an airplane went into a giant fucking building in New York City. That was them. Or at least they funded it. And even though New York City ended up saying, we will never forget, I get the feeling that they might have forgot. What up, Zay?
The biggest promoters of terrorism, and the Democrats immediately, knee-jerk, they defend the terrorists, like they defend the illegal aliens and the criminals. There's something wrong with that party. That at a time we should be celebrating the most spectacular military act I've ever seen, Khomeini's gone in 20 hours?
I mean, dude, like it or not, with the president in charge right now, like, shit is getting done and getting done fucking fast. That's insane to see that.
While their president, Biden, was funding the Iranians billions of dollars, while Obama was paving the way for them to have nuclear weapons, Donald Trump loves this country. He knows right from wrong. And we've had a real psyop going on in this country for 10 years against this man.
Allegedly.
Where they try and pretend he's the authoritarian. He's the citizens?
Now the music that's playing in the background, that makes it so it's just like, oh, like, you know, the music creates like some sort of feels, you know? Did you see the Trump head on Debo's body riding a bike into town meme? No, I haven't seen that. I don't know if you follow me on any of the socials, but if you are, like, send it to me and let me know where you send it.
You know, we have people without
I'll
limbs,
check it out.
without faces, without eyes. As a result of that regime, what do you mean we haven't made the case? Are you really that stupid? And I think they are.
Now, one of the arguments that a lot of people I would believe would end up asking the question, like, why we would even do this in the first place, and it's like, okay, for one, they're killing their own fucking people, and that puts a stop to it. Secondly, Iran was actually in the process of trying to fucking figure out how to obtain nuclear warfare. And as of right now, I feel like that there are too many countries that already have nuclear weaponry. And here's the thing about that. If any of these countries end up fucking getting airdropped with bombs and shit like that, if they have nuclear weapons and nuclear technology, then there is a very high chance. Like, do you guys remember seeing video footage of the atomic bomb being dropped twice in Japan? I mean, that's basically the atomic bomb was made out of uranium. And the way that uranium is designed, it basically, the atoms basically disintegrate. And so what that does is that's what causes the massive explosion. If Iran was able to successfully obtain or create nuclear weaponry, then that basically means that it would be impossible to fight them with missiles or dropping bombs on them from the fucking Doritos. The Dorito fucking jets. They would, like, never would Iran wonder why pixels are missing out of the sky. Because if you were to drop a bomb on a location where the nuclear warheads would be in Iran, it would it would kill way more fucking citizens than, like, it actually would. You know what I mean? So launching missiles, dropping bombs would not even be an option. You would have no choice but to have to fucking put boots on the ground if anybody was to go to war with Iran. Iran would have the fucking upper hand on that. And on top of that, for a regime and that actually spews death to America on the daily, do you not think that if they had nuclear weapons that they wouldn't use them on America? So if anything, this was to me, I feel like that this would be a double plus to take out their facility where they're studying on how to create nuclear weapons and stop that from fucking happening. Basically eliminating a problem before it becomes a problem.
But that party hates this country. I love when they wave around the Constitution. They hate the Constitution. They use it to attack it. They believe that illegal aliens are citizens. They believe that terrorists should be given the benefit of the doubt. Listen, if they had their way, Donald Trump would have sent Marco Rubio and Pete Hexxth and others to go to Congress and say, here's what we're going to do.
All right, I will.
Attack them at 3 a.m.
I'll hit you up after the show. I'm almost done. So yeah, expect that.
We're going to use these kinds of forces. We're going to work with the Israelis. This is what we're going to do. Now tell the other 530 members of Congress what we're going to do. Wow, nobody would leak that. Would they, Bernie Sanders and AOC and
Oh,
Karl?
shit.
Of course not. Let me tell you what the founders of this country believed. Draft of the Constitution to declaring war. They specifically took that out because they don't want the Chuck Schumers of the world making decisions. The only person in Washington, D.C. who's elected by all the people, other than the vice president, is the president of the United States. Chuck Schumer's elected from New York. Bernie Sanders is elected from Vermont. They wanted the commander-in-chief to be elected by the entirety of the nation.
Okay.
And they're even talking about impeaching him if they take the House of Representatives. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an enemy within.
I mean, I believe Al Green's tried that multiple fucking times and he never gets over.
And it is the Democrat Party. Every reprobate, miscreant, and malcontent is in that party. The Marxists and the Islamists are in that party. Do they act like they love the nation? Do they? When we have men and women in uniform, Democrats and Republicans and independents, fighting an enemy, fighting terrorists, the greatest terror regime in the world history, and we're winning. And that's why they're going nuts. We're winning. This is so spectacular what's taking place. And I want our troops to know something. These people who
This
are trying
music
to
needs to
undermine
fucking
you,
stop.
They are a small percentage of the population. We red-blooded Americans, we love victory. And we love you. You are of us. And most of us have had relatives, if not ourselves, in the military. Chuck Schumer means nothing to us. Hakeem Jeffries means nothing to us. You, Mr. and Mrs. America, we support our military. We support our commander-in-chief. We support victory. This is a spectacular military operation with our spectacular ally, the Israelis.
This dude is just
with
going
their
off.
spectacular prime minister. It's working. It's effective. It's spectacular. And these guys, we have to hurry back to Congress. We need to have a vote on the War Powers Act of 1973. This would be the same party that dragged us into Vietnam, right? Was that a declared war? No, it wasn't a declared war. And I could go on and on and on.
You
about
have
the
been, though.
hypocrites in that party. It's their president that was about to hand nuclear weapons to this enemy. It's their president who handed them billions of dollars in cash and so forth. This president isn't going to put up with it, and he hasn't. God bless our president. God bless the Prime Minister of Israel. And one last thing, as quickly as I can. All those poor people who died on October 7th, all those hostages who were taken and raped and tortured and murdered and brutalized, this is for you. All of those Americans who are walking around without arms or legs, they're in wheelchairs, have died. All of those people who died in our embassies, all those people who've died from their terrorist acts, this is for you. And this is retribution. And you know what? We Americans like retribution, especially when it comes to dealing with terrorists. Khomeini is dead. He's not 6 feet under. He's in hell. He's got a river of blood on his hands. And the Iranian people are going to be free. They're going to be free. America's going to be safe. The Israelis are going to be safe. The world's going to be safe. No thanks to the UN, no thanks to Europe, and most of all, no thanks to the Democrats. I say this to the Democrats. Bring it on, baby. You don't know what you're dealing with. We, the American people, we've had it up to here with you.
In all honesty, like, that end part, I do kind of agree with. It's basically, for me, it's like, okay, it's now gotten to a point where anything that people are trying to say on the left, because it's always the same, you know, always the whole bigot, fascist, Nazi fucking talking points over and over and over. It's, you know, it just gets fucking tiring, and eventually you just stop listening. Let's see. Hexxx with that $1.99 super chat saying Mark Levin is not America first. He's Israel first. And with a thumbs down emoji. Now, like, I'll be honest with you. I do not 100% know a lot about the whole Israel first thing, you know, like Israel Hamas thing. So I tried to do my best to stay out of that. But I will admit, a lot of the stuff that I go on when it concerns a lot of the stuff is I take a look around and I watch how people react and I see how people treat each other. And based off of the vibe of that is like where I'm going to be like, yeah, I agree with that or I disagree with that. And that's why I am in the position that I am politically. So a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing is like hypocrisy. And I've shown that on the left. And I also see that they constantly, like on social media, I see it all the fucking time. Like they claim that like Israel is paying $7,000 to anybody that is fucking saying pro-Israel stuff. So anytime that somebody mentions Israel, you'll see like somebody say 7,000 or $7,000 in the fucking comments. And it's like, no. But if that was the case, it would be like, okay, I'm basically fucking getting paid $7,000 every time I say something that I already agree with. You know, I'm not going to sell myself out, but if you want to give me something, if you want to give me a little something for something I'm already going to fucking say, I'll fucking take the money. But the way I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, yeah, so Trump attacks Iran, Bibi helps out a little bit. Waiting on it. Motherfucker! Hexxx with another $1.99 super chat. And he fucking says, get educated on who's really running the country and why. Just based off of what I'm seeing. That's all I can really say. And that's something that we, like you've seen, I've been fucking talking about this shit for a long, for quite a few months. And mostly it's kind of just because it pisses off people that are on the left. But also because like this is something that I'm feeling. I'm kind of feeling what's going on here. Now, this I actually thought was interesting because of all of the stuff that's been going on with America fucking, launching missiles to Iran. And I'm seeing liberals protesting what's going on, but I'm also seeing Iranians in Iran, Iranians all over the country in the United States fucking celebrating that shit. And here's that shit.
Here's how Iranians are celebrating today. Meanwhile, in Massachusetts, boots on the ground, no bombs in the air. No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air. US out of everywhere. Not a single Iranian in sight. What are you protesting here?
Look, can we really just appreciate how beautiful Persian women are? Just, can we? Boom. And actually, here's another one that I've actually been following for quite some time. This chick ended up coming across my feed, and this is actually one thing that I've my introduction to shit that was going on with Iran.
Iranian here, with a message for every single American who voted for President Trump. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. God bless President Trump, God bless the US military, and God bless America. We can't wait until Iran is free and we can welcome you back to our country with open arms and be the allies that we used to be before the Islamic regime took over our country in 1979. That's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, and God bless America.
And she did actually send another one to Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, now, what I find interesting, though, is, like, despite what people are going to fucking think about Israel or whatever, like, to me, I feel like with this being a joint effort, I feel like this was the right thing to do. Because you got to remember, like I said before, like, they were slaughtering their own people in fucking droves. Protesting because, like, it is like the Islamic regime ends up fucking taking over back in 79. They've been running that bitch for fucking 47 years under their religious beliefs, their religious laws, and that's not how they were living beforehand. And so, like, when you're told that you're supposed to do something that you don't want to fucking do, you're going to fucking rebel. And this is something I feel is the right fucking thing to do. But I did end up finding out that once the original Ayatollah was killed because of the missile attacks and everything, well, they're going around for, they're trying to find a new leader. And then when they announced that they had a new leader, that motherfucker got fucking missiled right up the ass. And it just keeps on fucking happening. I actually found this video on TikTok, and then I found it again on fucking YouTube. This is kind of what it was like. Let me switch over to this fucking channel so you can see it better.
The assassination of the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran is a great crime. As the new Ayatollah of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I pledge that this atrocity will not go unanswered, With all our strength and determination, we will make the perpetrators of this crime regret the dawn!
The assassination of the new Ayatollah of the Islamic Republic of Iran is a great crime. As the new Ayatollah of the Islamic Republic of Iran, I pledge...
Hello? New Ayatollah here. Look, I really didn't want this job, okay? I just joined the government like 3 weeks ago, and I was sitting in a cubicle way off in the corner, and next thing I know, some folks talking across the office are all like, let's get Ahmed to do it. No one will miss him. I heard you guys.
Wait for it.
So, yeah, I'm just hoping we can all be cool here. There's no need for things to get all... Oh! Wait a minute. False alarm. It's just my new pager. It's the latest model. You can even play Snake on it. In fact...
So I'm the new Ayatollah, and I know the drill.
Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So Tara says, Juggalo said non-juggalos are animals, may be bought and sold, slaved, raped at age 3, married at age 9, smoking at age 7, drinking at age 8, necrophilia, bestiality. This is Judaism and Islam are both pedophile cults. Juggalos say they hate pedophiles. Crickets. I don't know how true that is. I will admit I have not fucking looked into something like that, but just based off of what I'm seeing and the pattern recognition of what I have seen, I know what's right and what's wrong. And to me, it's showing that it's history kind of repeating itself. I'm seeing 9/11 all over again. It's almost like it was back when I was fucking 17 years old. No, I was 18 when all that fucking happened. And I really don't want to see that again, even on our own soil. So basically this ends up leading into one last fucking thing where yesterday there was 2 protests that ended up coinciding with each other. And one of them was actually led by Jake Lang, and they also had a couple of TikTokers that were in New York City that I genuinely follow. And so I stayed glued to their fucking live streams. And so I got to watch from their perspective of things almost the entire fucking protest, which, goddamn, this fucking camera keeps cutting out. So this protest basically was saying to get Islam out of New York, and they brought in about 20 different people. And so at the same time, there was a counter protest that went down, which was called "Get the Nazis Out, Run the Nazis Out of New York." See, like that part I know about, Tara. Like the Islamic Nation allows marriage at age 9. That part I fucking knew, and that was because of the Prophet Muhammad ended up marrying a 9-year-old. No, actually, I think he married her at age 6 and consummated the marriage at age 9, from what I've heard. So, anyways, this protest that ended up happening the other fucking day, basically these 2 groups ended up butting heads a couple of times. Here is a thing from Fox that ended up talking about this. I don't know why it has to be Fox.
Live now from Fox, I'm your host, Mike Page. Always great to be with you as we continue to roll on this evening. A live look here in New York City. That is where we are going to keep you next because we
Okay,
just
so
got an
this
update not too long ago.
this speaks on the aftermath. So I'll tell you what had happened at that protest. There was a person who ended up fucking being accosted by the anti-protest group that and so because of that, to defend himself, he ended up spraying pepper spray at some of the anti-protesters, which was the run the Nazis out of New York counter protest. And so that person ended up getting arrested, and a few hours later, the get I think it was, yeah, what was it called again? Get Islam out of New York. They ended up being attacked by somebody from the counter protest. Somebody ended up fucking bringing nail bombs to the counter protest and threw them at Jake Lang. Now, this was also in front of Gracie Mansion, which is where the mayor lives. So they were sitting right in the Lower East Side of New York City, right in front of Gracie Mansion. They did not know whether or not Mamdani was actually home or if he was somewhere else. However, nevertheless, two guys ended up fucking bringing nail bombs to this fucking counter protest, lit the fuse on one of them, threw it, but it ended up hitting something and caused the fucking explosive to diffuse. Then they grabbed another one, tried it again, still didn't work. They ended up fucking getting, I remember watching this as it was live. Everybody that was at that fucking protest was backing up the fuck away from it. And they said that what they could see is that it looked no bigger than a football, and it, they could see that there was a lit fuse and that it was fucking smoking. And so they backed away from it. The cops, on the other hand, New York's finest, end up tackling one of them and arrests both of those characters. Apparently at this protest, there was a total of 6 people who ended up fucking getting arrested on both sides. And then at the given point of I think once it ended, the police ended up asking everybody to disperse, and it was kind of a standoff as to who was going to fucking disperse first. The protesters on the right or the protesters on the left. And the protesters on the left refused to stop. So Jake Lang and the others that went to that protest decided that they were going to fucking leave first, so that way the other protest had no reason to be there. Okay, I'm about to run out of battery on my headset. Jeez, if it's not, it's one fucking technical difficulty after another. Hold on. Check, 1, 2. Okay. The needle is moving. Fresh battery. I've got that upside down. Okay. So this ended up being the aftermath of everything that had happened. So they basically talk about the events that occurred, and the bomb squad ended up fucking examining the weapon.
NYPD after an investigation happened with suspicious devices were reported near the New York City mayor's home during a protest today. Let's listen in right now to officials.
All right.
Good afternoon. I am here to brief you on a situation that occurred
This was them
today
live on the scene
during protests outside of Gracie Mansion, from which footage of suspicious devices has been circulating on social media. The information that I am about to provide is preliminary and it is subject to change. At approximately 11 a.m., 2 separate demonstrations, a protest and a counter-protest, commenced in the area of East End Avenue and East 87th Street. The initial protest, called Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City,
That's what it's
Stop
called.
New York City Public Muslim Prayer, organized by individuals associated with far-right provocateur Jake Lang, drew approximately 20 participants.
Now, I will agree, Jake Lang is very much on the far right. I do think that he does take things a little bit more extremely than others. So, yeah, there's no argument there.
The counter-protest, Run the Nazis Out of New York City, Stand Against Hate, took place nearby.
And of course they had to fucking throw the whole Nazi thing in there. To me, that's just ridiculousness.
With roughly 125 participants at its peak. Both groups were separated into designated protest areas by NYPD officers.
Which was good.
Shortly before noon, tensions escalated between individuals in the two groups. At 12:15 p.m., a protester associated with the Jake Lang group used pepper spray against counter-protesters and was arrested thereafter.
Yeah, the thing about that, though, is that they were doing that in self-defense. Like, that's the part that you're missing. And you're not pointing that part out. You're just... The way that it's coming across, you make it sound like that they just outright fucking attacked.
At approximately...
I mean, that's not what pepper spray is for. I mean, if that was the case, then I would think that it would actually have been a bigger situation than it actually was. Like, even the aftermath.
12:38 p.m., a counter-protester identified as Amir Balat, an 18-year-old man, lit and threw an ignited device toward the protest area, landing in the crosswalk of East 87th Street and East End Avenue.
Now, what fucks me up about this is that the person that fucking did this, they did not take into consideration of how powerful their weapon could have been. Yeah, that's 100% what I'm saying, you know? It's like, I look at it like this, okay? A lot of my core values come from being a fucking juggalo. I don't like racists. I don't like Nazis, you know? I don't like pedophiles. I don't like any of that shit. I'm still the thing about it is, like, that's a lot of shit that I feel like both sides tend to agree on, but one side tends to not believe that the other side believes in that shit, and it's because of fucking tropes, which then in and of itself does kind of make them prejudiced. You know, because it's like, oh, you're a Republican. Oh, okay, so you're a dumb fucking redneck, bigot, racist, pedophile, fascist, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's why, to me, like, a lot of the stuff that people on the left tend to fucking do is very emotionally exhausting and fucking mentally exhausting. And I've noticed a pattern with those people. They don't really seem to be very happy with their lives. And meanwhile, I see a lot of people that are on the right that are genuinely fucking smiling, laughing, fucking, you know, just making light of shit on some millennial level shit, you know, because we don't really take a whole lot of stuff seriously. But when we do, we do. Nevertheless, though, what fucks me up about this, because like I said, I watched this fucking event live on a fucking TikTok live stream. One of the people on the at the fucking protest on the right was live streaming the entire fucking time. Even when this fucking lit fused weapon ended up being thrown at them and they immediately responded, it's a bomb, and they fucking ran. Now, if that was the case, yes, they would have injured a lot of people that were on the Republican side protest. But shrapnel and other things could hit the other counter-protesters. And on top of that, this is New York City. It's not like that entire area is just fucking protesters. There were also non-protesters that I saw in the live streams. People walking around, even with children, that could have been caught in the fucking crossfire and been injured. Fucking children. These people did not think straight when it concerned this type of thing. Either which way, they didn't think straight, thinking that they should do this in the first place.
Witnesses reported seeing flames and smoke as it traveled through the air before it struck a barrier and extinguished itself a few feet from police officers.
So basically, these kids that made this fucking homemade bomb didn't really know what they were doing. Like,
Mr. Balat then ran southbound on East End Avenue toward 86th Street and gets a second device from a man tentatively ID'd as Ibrahim Nick, 19 years old.
and that's the guy that I actually saw.
Lights the device and starts running with it. He then drops the device on the west side of East End Avenue between East 86th and East 87th Streets. Officers immediately secured the area and they took both men into custody.
Yeah, I sat there and I watched on the live stream. They were pointing it right at the fucking kid. One of them. Whatever his face is, Nick. That ended up handing the bomb or whatever the fuck it could have possibly been over to the other guy.
This was all captured on NYPD Argus camera. The
And on
squad
TikTok.
responded and examined the devices. Based on preliminary examination and X-ray imaging, the devices, which were a bit smaller than a football, appear to be a jar wrapped in black tape, importantly with nuts, bolts, and screws, along with a hobby fuse that could be lit. At this time, we do not yet know whether the devices were functional improvised explosive devices or hoax devices, because we don't yet know if there was energetic material contained in them.
Now, I ended up hearing from one of the lives that I was watching around this. They were basically saying, okay, if it in fact does appear to be a fucking dangerous weapon that could harm somebody, then yeah, they're fucked. But if it is like a fake thing, they could possibly just get a slap on the wrist and they'll walk. And that's coming from one of the guys that's actually from New York City.
Both recovered devices are being transported by the bomb squad in a total containment vessel to Rodman's Neck for further testing and analysis. Following the discovery of the devices, officers established a safety perimeter around the area and began a comprehensive search for any additional hazards. That includes canine sweeps as well as manual canvassing of the surrounding blocks, which includes inspections of garbage cans, underneath vehicles, and other locations where additional devices could potentially be hidden.
That's smart.
These sweeps are still ongoing.
So there's no full information 100% as to what the fucking thing was. And I haven't heard any information about whether or not that has happened since. Now, basically, okay, here's a picture of the guy that commenced the handoff. I'll switch over to this channel. So this right here was the kid who ended up fucking doing the handoff. And so I was sitting here watching as this guy was fucking getting arrested. The live streamer Midnight was fucking he kept it on there. And I just kept looking at this dude and I'm thinking to myself, does this dude show no fucking source of remorse or regret whatsoever for doing what he fucking did? Did he not think about what could have possibly happened to other people? You know, but like, I noticed that like while this dude's getting arrested, other people from the protest are fucking screaming at this dude, calling him a terrorist and all this other stuff. And I can understand, you know, like motherfuckers getting heated about what the fuck was going on. And being scared and fucking angry. Like this dude and the other dude that he was, you know, that was that was accomplice with him or whatever. You know, his partner fucking created a goddamn stir. So like, and didn't even think twice about it. And there's also rumor that the dude yelled Allahu Akbar as he was fucking doing this shit. Not him, but maybe the other guy. And this was actually, like, I honestly was like, man, two guys that I watch on TikTok had the possibility of getting injured in this process. And even fucking Mondani himself ended up fucking saying that there is no room for violence in these protests. Kind of like the next day, today, where there was another fucking protest that was going on, which was more Iran. More, like Iranian Americans in New York City getting together and fucking like this shit. Look at this shit.
Yes! We're doing it! We never look at that!
Yeah.
Every child, every woman in this world is gonna be free! Someone came up to me.
Yep. Going around fucking celebrating. Even that guy. Look at that shit. Like.
On your way! YMCA!
Right in the middle of New York City. Like, I swear to God, this was done just to piss off people on the left. And if that's the case, then I'm all for it. See, like, this was another thing that I ended up fucking watching. Like, this was another protest. Like, I actually watched it at the beginning where they were gathering shit up and they ended up having all of these Iranian Americans coming together. And I was following the other guy, Midnight, because he was the one that was live. And they were chanting, and then they ended up meeting up with another group of Iranian Americans, and they all got together, came to this central location. They're playing music, they're chanting, they're singing, and fucking, it was weird because it was like at a protest, most of the time that we see these protests, they're very angry and wanting to try to make a point and everything. But in this case, it was almost like I went to a fucking protest and a party fucking broke out. Because people were like singing, chanting, drums were playing, cymbals were crashing, and then at some given point in time, I'm like driving around as this is playing in the background, and YMCA fucking just starts blasting, and I was like, oh god, this is definitely one of those things where it's just like a big fuck you to the left, and if there's anything that I can appreciate, it's basically trying to make those type of people absolutely fucking miserable. Because this is one of those things about me that a lot of people might not know. But if you get me to a point where I just no longer care, I will enjoy your fucking misery. And in this case, seeing shit like this, if you're on the left, seeing all of these Iranian Americans celebrating the fact that that the United States is helping free their fucking country and giving them the support that they've been wanting for 47 years, if that pisses you off, then I'm 100% for it at this point. Because fuck you, you miserable fuck. That's just the way I am. And it actually, and the reason why, and this is one of the reasons why I personally feel like in this sense I am on the right side of history. Because you look at this protest, these people are happy, smiling, laughing, celebrating. Not a single person is fucking pissed off. Like there's no hate in this. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like where I'm sitting at on the fucking political fence, I feel like that I'm personally in that same group. I'm happy to see that these people are so joyful. And they're not joyful at death. They're not making threats. They're not fucking going on TikTok and making fucking vague threats about the president or trying to fucking be like subliminal was saying stupid shit like cute winter boots or anything like that. Like, these people are absolutely elated with the fact that their people are getting the help that they've been asking for. That's one of the reasons why a lot of these people are now holding up American flags, even if they're not natively American. They're holding up American flags like that one right there in the center. There's this big fucking banner that says "Make Iran Great Again." And all of these other things, like, to be not only celebratory, but to piss off the left and make them cry. Because we all know liberal tears are fucking tasty. And that's where I fucking stand with this. And the way that I look at it, there should be no reason for anybody in the Juggalo community to try to fucking tell me that I'm not a fucking Juggalo because I support the Republican Party. The tropes are over. And I feel like that this is the fucking proof. And with that said, I am going to dip out of here. I'm going to see what it is that Zay wanted me to do, wanted, so I'm going to hit him up. Thank you guys for coming in, watching, participating up in the chat, throwing me these fucking lovely super chats. Fucking Hexxx killed it tonight. Definitely king of the super chat is Hexxx. And I appreciate the support coming from all you fine motherfuckers. I mean, liberal tears are almost as tasty as Twizzler tears, just about. You know, it's almost from the same. It almost comes from the same fucking tear. But all right, I'm gonna get up out of here. So thank you guys. I'm way over my time. I'm out this bitch. You guys have a good one. Deuces.